Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Let them come.
And we are back for another episode of Where Heartbreak Feels Good. And, well, it doesn't feel good this past 2 days, but we're still here. We're still trying to manage.
We're hanging in there.
Yeah, we're just using this platform, I guess, to distract ourselves from the world for a little bit, for 2 hours. But yeah, we're back to talk about what we watched in the month of October. And joining me today, as always, is Josh D. Woodbury.
Not as always, because I missed last month, but I'm bad, bitches. I'm bad. For maybe our most stacked episode yet
of the year, yeah,
for sure.
And joining us also is Evan Harris.
Yeah, glad to be back. You know, I tweeted out yesterday that, like, you know, I was so depressed yesterday. I hate feeling that way, but you know, I get a lot of my happiness, you know, not even recently, like all the time, through stories, movies, like art, like, you know, creativity. And I love talking with you guys about the things that I love, like movies, TV, books, comics, manga, anime, whatever you want, whatever interests you. And that's good escapism. And I think escapism is important right now, even though people can't forget about the reality that we live in. It's always during these times where you might feel helpless or, you know, hopeless, to, you know, always have that avenue, that outlet for escapism, whether it's reading a book or watching a movie, watching a TV show, talking with your friends, doing stuff like that. So hopefully we can spread some happiness with this podcast. Because I'm with Josh. This was an extremely stacked month of movies. You know, Big Brother season ended this month, October, not the month, not November.
Huge.
That was huge. And it was a great month. I didn't mean to do that. That came out of me. But it was you know, as soon as Big Brother ended, I was like, okay, now I'm going to start watching all these movies and TV. And that's kind of what I did. I've been doing a lot of like 3 to 2 movies a weekend, and then catching up on my books and my comics during the week. So I have a pretty good like internal schedule for all my fictional tales going on recently. But yeah, I'm excited. This was a great month for movies, TV, lots of stuff dropping, lots of stuff happening in November already is like, seems to be, I don't know about even more stacked because I don't know what I'm gonna be watching this month, but like in terms of TV, I know Arcane is coming back this weekend. That's my favorite show, one of my favorite shows of all time. So Arcane's coming back, Silo is coming back, Penguin's about to end, so TV is already stacked.
Silo's coming back already?
Silo's coming back November 15th. Yes.
Well, we wouldn't know because Apple doesn't market anything.
Yeah, I mean, people say that, but like, you know, there's a couple of shows that I know about from Apple TV. I know about Silo. I know about Presumed Innocent and Severance, at least. Yeah, that's to name just 3. And Ted Lasso. And that one, the British one that people love, the Spies. What are those called?
Slow Horses.
Slow Horses. Yeah, exactly. Slow Horses. Yeah. So, which my mom loves that show. I haven't gotten on it yet. But holy shit, guys, where do we want to start? Let's start with the beginning of the month. I think our last podcast was October 6th or 7th, so we might have gone through the first week of October already. So I'm not sure.
Where are we starting with?
I'm not sure.
I guess I could maybe start with some stuff I missed from last month.
Go ahead, buddy. Yeah.
Joker. We live in a society.
I guess we did start with that.
What do you think? Yeah, Edgar and I talked about it already, I think, right?
We went through it for like 10 minutes, yeah.
10 minutes, yeah. It was forgettable. Okay, decent. Has had some good moments, though. But
I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it quite a bit. The more I sat with it, I guess. Like, I kind of really respect what Todd Phillips was doing. Obviously, any director who comes in and says "fuck the studio," I'm gonna do a huge ass swing, even if it doesn't work most of the time. I have to respect it. Like, that's just, I love seeing that shit. And this is a huge swing. I think really like alienate yourself from the audience of the first film. I think that's a cool move. I think the story is kind of interesting. I don't know why people are saying it's boring. I think it's really entertaining. Especially the courtroom stuff. I thought that was really good. I don't know. Joaquin Phoenix is great. Dodja probably a bit underused, but she's Dodja, so of course she's good. And I like the ending. I think it works.
I definitely think it was boring. I was bored a lot of the time, and primarily for me, the musical numbers were atrocious, in my opinion. They weren't very visually interesting. Okay. They weren't visually interesting, and they didn't extend. Like, I understood. There's a great scene at the end when he's arguing with Gaga, and he's basically like, stop the singing. Like, I want to talk to you, like human to human, right? And the singing.
I think it kind of adds to it though, because like
it does.
Yeah,
it does in hindsight. But like the journey to get there, okay. I get what the musicals were for, the extension of his like either delusions, his wishes, his hopes. But at the same time, while I could understand it, and at the same time understand the concept of the movie in terms of his connection to his shadow and refuting his image, his persona that he has been given through society in the first movie, refuting that. I felt like two things. The journey to get there was a bit dull. The music numbers weren't that interesting, musically, visually, whatever. And his switch. There's a switch that happens where he's full of like, I am the Joker still. I like being the Joker a little bit during this movie, but then there's a switch that happens and he kind of goes against that. And he kind of like turns it around and it's like,
it works for me.
I'm done. But I felt like the switch
definitely
didn't happen
really
naturally.
How to do it. Definitely messy. Like I kind of like that switch. Because
at the end, I was like asking my brother and my dad, I'm like, what do you guys think? When was that switch for you guys? Because when he talks to Gaga, I forget Harley. I keep saying Gaga. When he talks to Harley, he understands that, or somebody warns him that like, hey, she's just using you. She's lying. He says like he doesn't care. He continues the conversation with her, but then like over time, it starts to eat at him, and he gets beat up by his guards, and then all of a sudden he's like, I don't want to be Joker anymore.
Yeah, I think it works. He got raped.
Yeah, which is really weird in the context of this movie. They don't show anything.
Not really. It's that's how the
I think it's sure, but then we're not getting the context of the prison system in this movie outside of him being, he's good in one scene, bad in the other. Say it again.
It's like Wayne. That's been as far as like how government and how what people treat mental health. That's like basically the whole deal with these two movies. So I think it would work to show that in this one.
I don't think it worked in the first movie at all, but I don't think it worked in the second one either. Because at times, this is where it goes with it being messy. At times, he's like full of life. They're friends with him. Then he gets beat up, and then he's fine. But then he gets beat up again, and he's not. And it's just like, why did this one beat it? Why did this one crack him down? What made this one?
Because he got raped.
But and then like they're against him because he's full of life again, because he's Joker. They want to continue being in that position about the police, the cops, the people that were initially friends.
Don't like that he's like talking shit about them.
But he's always been doing that.
Not on TV like he did that time.
I guess so. But it was just very messy and dull, and I couldn't stand it.
Here's the thing for me. Like, I agree with everything that you're saying, Evan. But like the difference for me, and I think we already talked about it last month, is that while you find that boring and very like disjointed and like not interesting at all, the fact that it's that messy and disjointed is what makes it entertaining for me. Because again, like we're talking about like the whole like sexual assault situation, which the movie should be like handling with like care and with like making it like seem like it's actually important, but like that happens, then a musical number happens, and then we're back to the courtroom, and like it's like not addressed at all, and everything's just, it doesn't mesh well. But again, like it's so fucking balls to the walls that I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? But like again, like for me, that's like kind of entertaining,
and it looks fucking incredible.
And I liked the moments when
he's insane.
Yeah, I felt like some of it was good. Some of it was just like it felt average for me. I didn't feel like I was watching anything super special. Especially after seeing the trailers, I'm like, certain sequences look cool, but it's like I'm not getting the oomph factor. But like I love the sequences when they're just being natural and being human outside of the musical, which is weird because most of it was musical. But I like the moments outside of the musical.
It's definitely 20 in the way it like switches back and forth.
Yeah,
I agree with you there. I liked it.
Yeah, a lot of people did. A lot of people didn't. But yeah, I was definitely off. I was definitely off with the box office. I was like, oh, it's funny because I think I mentioned this last time, but I figured it would do like if it doesn't do a billion, maybe you would do like 50%, and it'll still make like 500 million, which is a lot, but it made a lot less, which is crazy.
I'm winning, Evan.
You are
Again.
Wow.
Which one had Moana 2? Did you have Moana 2 or I did?
I think I did. I don't remember.
Do we think that's doing better than Inside Out?
I don't think it's going to.
If it's like incredible, then maybe.
I don't think it have to be incredible. Inside Out 2 wasn't incredible. It was very good.
Yeah.
So
people love Moana though.
People love Moana. They do.
Isn't it weird that we've had like 2 Moana movies after Donald Trump has been elected as president?
The same year.
Oh God.
Oh boy. Yeah, 2016, 20.
Wait, what are we? Yeah, both years. 2016 and 2024. That's crazy.
we need our Arrival. We need that movie to come out.
Yeah, I have a Moana too. It was my number 1 of the fall.
Nice. What was my number 1? Joker?
Mufasa.
Oh, it's Mufasa. Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Mufasa's gonna be good. Like again, similar to Joker. Even if like 50% of the people who saw Lion King go this time, it's like that's still
it's still like $500 million.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Okay, yeah. So that was Joker. That was October.
I just just go run through like some other like highlights from September that I want to talk about.
Please do.
Okay, I watched Close Encounters for the third time for the first time.
Oh,
and
nice.
This movie blew my fucking mind. It is like automatically jumped up to like top of the Spielberg for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Those last like 20 minutes are just special.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen Contact? By the way,
no.
Contact is another excellent, similar to like Close Encounters or Arrival. It's also very good. Came out in the 1990s.
Another movie that rocked my world that I saw for the first time, Heat.
Oh shit.
Finally, Heat!
Yeah.
She's got a big ass!
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Pacino is on another level here.
Unreal. Pacino, De Niro, like impeccable male chemistry. It's like it's ferocious. It's like lightning in a bottle. It's excellent dialogue, great tension.
Did not know Natalie Portman was in this. That was a surprise.
A young Natalie Portman,
as his stepdaughter.
Probably the best shootout of all time in this movie.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's so like put that on like the sound like oh shit, it's so good. It's so
insane.
Good. Oh, and Kilmer's excellent in this, right? Is that him?
He's great.
Yeah, he's excellent. I love Kilmer in this one.
He too, baby.
It's a prequel, right?
I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But if you have Austin Butler and Adam Driver going bar to bar, that could be fun.
Yeah. All right. The Others, Nicole Kidman. We gotta shout out that one. I've
never seen that.
Really interesting ghost story that really surprised me. And it's like a twist that I saw this, then there's another twist. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. Really cool. And the atmosphere is fucking crazy. In the Mood for Love, Wong Kar-wai.
Oh, classic.
Absolutely broke me. Ouch. That's
with
very beautiful movie with a really interesting ending that I didn't see coming.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's been a while since I've seen that.
The soundtrack is insane.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about My Old Ass?
My Old Ass?
Yeah.
Edgar, what'd you say? I didn't hear you.
We did a little bit, I think. But we can,
we
can talk about it.
I don't think we did. Did we?
No?
Sorry.
Well, it's one of my favorites of the year so far. I fucking loved it. Megan Part is 2 for 2. I loved her previous film. What was it? The Fallout with Jenna Ortega, which is great. I think this one's even better. I just really love Maisie Stella in this. She's like, what a surprise! What a talent that we have upcoming.
She already has the next film, I think, in line.
It was announced recently, right? I forgot what it was.
I forgot what it was too, but I'm glad that she got a job so quickly. Yeah.
Oh, she's in Flowerville Street also. David Robert Mitchell's next film with Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor.
Yes.
Director of It Follows.
Love that movie.
She's in Maude Apatow's directorial debut. That's coming out.
That's what it is. But I couldn't agree more. I think this movie, I adore this movie. It's beautiful. It's a cozy movie a lot of the time. Like it does get like deeply emotional towards the end. No spoilers at all. But I just love the natural feeling about this movie in terms of her and her small and large interactions with individual members of her family, her brother, her best friends, a new friend she meets along the way. And of course, Aubrey Plaza is like front and center in the marketing. She's not so much in this movie, but when she does show up in this movie, it's very impactful. And it's both lighthearted and again emotional. And I think her and Aubrey, Megan and Aubrey, have a great. Not Megan. What's her name?
Maisie.
Maisie and Aubrey have great chemistry. Maisie had great chemistry with everybody on set in this movie. I think she was just excellent. So yeah, I love this movie.
Do we want to save spooky season watches for its own section later?
Yeah, we can do it for later, for like the second half.
End it up. Yeah,
sure.
Okay, because I have some from September that I want to talk about. Besides that, I guess The Substance. Have you guys talked about that?
Peak.
We did.
Yeah, we sure did. Oh yeah.
It was really good. The direction's insane. Last 15 minutes are like absolutely batshit crazy. I think it's a little more style over substance. No pun intended. But I think it's still the direction's insane, and Demi Moore is incredible.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite movies of the year, top 5 for me. I adored this movie. I loved it. I didn't expect to love it as much as I did, but it sticks with me, and it sticks with me very
I'm surprised. It is for the sickles.
Right? Like, I was not expecting Evan to love this.
You should
watch this now. You should watch Suspiria.
Maybe, but maybe it's a theater experience too, because people were clapping and cheering during multiple moments. It felt like an Avengers screening. It was great.
That was us with Challengers.
Oh, God, that screening was insane. But yeah, I just think it was maybe a bit too simple for me.
Oh wow!
But that's also why it was effective. So like, I don't know. It's interesting.
Okay.
I need to see it again for sure.
Yeah. Me too.
I think that's it. Besides like horror stuff. Oh, Saturday Night. Did you guys watch that this month?
October, yeah.
That was October.
We'd save that for later. Yeah. All right, that's it for September.
Cool. Here we go. So let's start off from the jump. We were talking about Joker 2, My Old Ass. I watched It's What's Inside. We haven't talked about that yet.
We did start with that, yeah.
That was October 5th for me. Excellent movie. What a fun time. Yeah. This is fun, electric, very interesting. It's one of those
coolest editing techniques of the year.
Insanely cool editing in terms of how they use like flashbacks. Like, I don't want like every movie to copy this, but it was just so ingenious. I was like, I really hope most movies go this route in terms of like sneaky, cool editing.
It's so inventive.
Super inventive. Yeah. And so not only the editing, but the direction too. His direction is very fascinating.
Yeah, there's things that happen in this movie that I'm like, this movie is begging to be seen in a movie theater with a crowd.
Yeah. Yes. They fucked it with the Netflix deal, man. They fucked this movie so hard.
Which I understand. Like this guy's like, was it his directorial debut?
I think so, maybe.
Because I watched I listened to his interview with Chris Stuckman, and it took a lot of effort to bring this to the big screen. And Chris asked him about like, what did you think about the Netflix deal? Were you nervous about like it not getting bought at all? And I think that's what some filmmakers have to understand, or people like us. Like Netflix can screw it over, but like if you're a fledgling, person, a director, and Netflix buys it for like $10 million.
Yeah.
Like, shit. Like this is the deal of a lifetime.
Yeah, like I get like you're saying, like it makes sense that these deals happen for like up and coming directors, but if you're like a Rian Johnson, then you're complaining about not getting theaters. It's like, bro.
Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah. I don't want to change the conversation, but like Daniel Craig and Ryan Johnson talking about like we really want to do
that's your doing.
It's like I get it. And it's the same thing with Greta Gerwig too. Greta Gerwig is really pushing for her.
They saw that money and didn't think about it.
Yeah, right. It's like you saw that money, you knew you were going on Netflix, and I love that you're fighting for the theaters. But now, like, come on, you can't.
And also the thing about the Greta Gerwig thing, I know we're going off topic, but like the thing about the Greta Gerwig is that I'm pretty sure that deal happened before Barbie. So now that she can actually demand,
it's
more
like right
money,
after, I think.
Yeah,
I think it was before. I don't know. I don't remember where I heard it from. That
it was around the same time for sure, though.
Yeah. Now that she can actually ask for more money and like get actual, a proper theatrical release after, making the biggest movie of the year.
IMAX, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I get it, girl, but like you did this to yourself.
if I'm a person putting my movie out in theaters, let's say I put my new action movie November 15th in IMAX, but then Greta, who also is on Netflix, wants to also put her movie in IMAX, competing with mine.
Is it because Netflix has the rights to Narnia though? Is that why?
That they buy?
I think they do. They bought the rights a couple years ago. I'm pretty sure.
I still think Narnia.
I guess if you really want to do Narnia, then yeah,
I think it'd be a fun TV series, not a movie. But I'm all for a movie remake too.
I just need Timothy as the fucking
the centaur.
What's his name? Yeah.
James should come back. James is still active. So doing good work.
He can do his little accent from Speak No Evil.
Yes, please. Oh man.
But yeah, it's What's Inside is like probably one of the big surprises of the year for me because I just watched it one night, just turned it on, and I fell in love with this movie. It's so creative, it's so fresh, and like it's doing so many interesting things with the camera, with editing, with the acting. Like this ensemble is insane.
Insane, especially I don't want to go into any like
going blind.
Going completely blind. I don't want us to like overhype or undersell, but like this movie is just so much fun. It's the definition.
It's so fun not knowing what it's about.
Yeah, I had no clue. I thought it was just like some kind of college party movie, and that's all I'm going to say. But it's just like it escalates in such a fun, interesting, and twisty way all the way till the very end. It's excellent.
One of the best looking movies of the year too.
Agreed.
Incredible. Yeah.
Because usually Netflix movies have that like that Netflix look to it.
Well, I think this was bought by Netflix, not made by Netflix.
Great point. Very
it was bought from Sundance. Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. So okay, what's next for you guys? Have you guys seen the Outrun with Saoirse Ronan?
I have. Yeah.
No.
I've seen that. I've seen that movie. What do you think, Josh?
A little bit. It was alright.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
She's incredible in it, but I think it's pretty like middle of the run, average like indie drama about an addict. I do think the ending is pretty interesting though, like how the score kind of like erupts. Gorgeous shit, but it was alright. It was mid.
I feel the exact same way. I gave it a good old like 3.5 stars. I think she is very much carrying this movie. She is phenomenal. The way she like navigates through these uncomfortable times, the way she navigates through these relationships. It's all very interesting because it's Saoirse Ronan and she's the best at everything.
Saoirse Ronan being what she is, which is one of the best actors
exactly
right now.
100%, man. But the movie itself, the way like it felt very monotonous at times, it felt very dull at times. And I respected the route in terms of like getting the arc in terms of her the lifestyle, getting a big gulp of like what she's doing in each different setting. But overall, I just felt like it wasn't that like interesting or engaging to watch. But as Josh said, it had a great crescendo at the end in terms of like the fulfillment of the entire movie. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, great editing in that like last 20 minutes.
Agreed. So up next, that's when I saw this movie called Caddo Lake with Dylan O'Brien. Have you guys seen
that? Okay.
They offered me like a screener like for like a couple of weeks before they came out, and I was just super busy and I never watched it. So tell us about it.
Well, this is on HBO Max. I think this is a very fun movie. Also,
I've heard it's not great.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. I had a very fun time watching this movie. I think it's twisty, unpredictable, fun, very smart script. And has some supernatural aspects to it, and if you watch closely, it's very rewarding. Dylan O'Brien is excellent. So is the girl from Sharp Objects. I forget her name now.
Eliza Scanlon.
Eliza Scanlon, yeah.
I didn't know Shyamalan produced this.
They're like dual protagonists, and they're both going through some kind of crazy event is happening in this swamp where they start hearing noises, and then chaos ensues. I don't want to give you guys the exact big premise of this movie because it gets pretty crazy. But I think the way Dylan O'Brien and Eliza Scanlon navigate through their supernatural circumstances while also dealing with some kind of the family drama was very interesting. I watched this one night on a weekday, and I was like fully locked in and engaged from start to finish. Just a very solid thriller movie. So I'd really recommend it. It's not as like super hype and fun and engaging as It's What's Inside or as unique, but I think the premise on top of the acting, on top of like the way this movie just goes up and down in terms of like the twists and turns, it's very fun. So I would recommend Caddo Lake.
Off topic, but between this movie and Saturday Night, I can't take Dylan O'Brien seriously because a friend of the show, Trey, recently grew a beard and he looks just like him.
He does.
It's great. Speaking of that,
did you talk about Saturday Night?
Saturday Night. That was the next one on my list. Saturday, October 12th.
Fun movie.
I really loved it. I really loved it. You didn't like it?
I thought it was solid. I didn't. It's interesting because I'm not the biggest SNL fan, but I used to watch it consistently for years. I guess I'm just not the most classical SNL.
Yeah, I don't know much about this era.
Even though my dad,
Bill Hader, that era.
Exactly, and I had fun with the chaotic nature of this movie. I think the direction was very interesting. The editing was also very interesting. But for me, I just couldn't get locked in on certain characters. It was very like sporadic and like we're jumping from one place to the next. So I couldn't really get hooked in on a certain arc or moment in time because it was just so much. But overall, I liked the feeling of it. It was very like, I wasn't bored watching it. I wasn't fully engaged.
Yeah, I think the best aspect of this movie is like the energetic atmosphere that it builds for itself. I think like you said, you're never bored, but I do agree with you. There's certain characters that I know a lot of people wanted to be like explored more and they're barely in it, like Gilda.
Jim Henson.
Also, yeah,
Due to his bronze, Jim Henson is fucking terrible. I'm just saying it. He's great as a
was he playing two characters?
Andy Kaufman also, yeah, he's great as that, but not as Henson, no.
That confused the fuck out of me. I was like, is he playing two characters? I had no idea that was happening. I'm like, what the hell? Are these the same characters? I was like, no, these are different. I was like, that confused the fuck out of me. I was like, what is happening? But okay.
Yeah. But this movie just like reiterates for me that Gabriel Labelle is just a fucking movie star, and I cannot wait for that man to get some kind of deal to become like the biggest at his fucking craft.
Side note, but I just rewatched Fabelmans last night. He's so fucking good, man. He needs more work.
What's his next project? Do we know?
I don't think we know. He had that little indie movie this year that I need to watch, Shade Shack installed, or Snapchat or whatever.
There's no way there's no way this man wasn't the Predator. The Shane Black.
Gabriel?
Yeah.
The Predator? That awful, horrendous movie? Yeah, he had a big connection. There's no way in hell.
He's credited as EJ. I don't know.
He probably gets killed in one scene.
But anyway, he's great, and Rachel is great too.
Rachel?
Oh yeah,
Rachel Sennett.
Rachel Sennett.
Yes. See, yeah, sorry, you go. I wanted to get locked into their relationship, but I just couldn't get that. I couldn't get the heartfelt nature of the relationship. They had this important-ish scene towards like the middle end, when they're in that room just talking about like what's next, and I just couldn't really grasp it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, is that it's too chaotic for its own good. It like moves way too quick between each scene and each moment. But I had a blast with it. I think it's really fun. Like Edgar was saying, the energy is like really intoxicating. and like the environment is great. The ensemble, I think most of the performances are really good. Corey Michael Smith as Chevy Chase, incredible.
He's the best part of the movie. I agree.
Yeah. Dylan O'Brien as Aykroyd, great also. What's his name?
What's the guy's the manager guy who was like kind of like nervous the entire time? Everybody was nervous, but like
Cooper Hoffman?
Cooper Hoffman?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That scene on the stairs. Mwah.
Perfect. Yeah.
No, but what's his name?
Who are you talking about?
I don't know. Wait, give me 1 second.
John Belushi or
Warren Morris. The
the black guy. You said the black guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, Garrett Morris.
You like start singing, yeah.
He's good.
Great too. Yeah. Willem Dafoe, obviously, great.
He's having a great year as weird little fuckers.
You'll see. And then you'll see.
No.
But yeah, I think like all those cons aside, I think like it's just it's like almost a cozy watch for me, or at least it was. And I think this might be one of the films from this year that I end up rewatching the most, just because I love being in that environment, and it's just so entertaining.
Interesting.
That sequence when they're
I think the ending is really like impactful too.
Yeah, that sequence where they're fighting like the censorship lady, that was fucking gold.
That was gold. That was hilarious. Yeah, that's great.
And the scene on the skating rink too with Yoda, I think. Her little monologue, incredible. Really, really wholesome.
Agreed. Okay. What's next for you guys?
A lot of the I was just gonna say a lot of the movie that I saw last month was just like festival movies, but yeah.
We could do a little Beyond Fest segment if you want.
You want to do it right now or?
Sure.
All right.
Pull the lever.
All right. Do you want to start with Nightbitch?
It's good.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. It's fun. Like,
people were raving about it after the trailers were bad.
I don't. Okay, it is good. It is really fun, but I don't get the raves, and also this movie did. I don't know what I expected this movie to be, but it was certainly not the movie that I saw. Not that it's a bad thing. Like again, it's a really fun movie. It plays more so as a straight comedy than I thought it was going to be.
It's a family comedy, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just very weird at times. Amy Adams is great. She
that was my main. That was my main question.
That's great.
Yeah, she looked like she's having the time of her life in this role.
The kid too. The kid is fucking great.
Speaking of kids, don't have kids, people. But yeah, it's good.
Marielle Heller, who directed it, she's one of my favorite modern directors we have right now. You definitely see her touches, which is where it gets a bit weird, but I think I like that. I think it adds to the metaphor and the story. But I think it was it was really solid. Not really much more than that.
How was Scoot McNeary? I didn't like him at all in Speak No Evil, but
he's good. Mm-hmm. He's funny.
Good.
He has some really cool, not cool, really dumb guy type of line delivery.
Really stereotypical. Yeah.
Yeah, but he makes them work.
Cool. Josh, would you keep her in your top 5 best actress? No chance in hell.
No chance. She's been out for months.
Yeah, I mean she's been the best actress race isn't.
She's top 10, but.
Yeah, she's been the top 7 or 8, which is weird because I heard it's not great.
I think Marianne Jean Baptiste has a better chance than her to sneak in from Hard Truths.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Over Nicole Kidman as well.
She's my 5. Nicole Kidman.
And Marianne's your 4?
6.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
For this next one, is it out in theaters? I don't know if you've seen it, Evan. A Real Pain? I don't know if it's out yet.
Next week. I got my tickets next Saturday.
Okay. I mean, there's not much to spoil about this movie. It's pretty much like a road trip, dramedy about these two cousins, kind of like.
It's fucking incredible.
Yeah, it is great. Like fucking Kieran Culkin, man. Like that guy. Okay, that guy is everything that that Ryan Reynolds wishes he was in terms of
Oh,
how
yeah.
funny he is.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
And the way he
fucking incredible.
balances like the serious and the comedy, like just effortlessly. Like that, this movie too, like the way it balances the tones is so good.
Yeah.
What would you guys say in terms of like, oh, he's just playing Roman Roy from
A
Succession?
little bit, definitely
Oh.
like Roman Roy light, but it works though.
Yeah, but I think what helps
Works for the
it,
character.
yeah, I think what helps it differentiate this performance to that in Succession is that you can tell that his character deeply cares about the things that he's talking about. Sometimes he's not as sensitive or respectful as you probably should, but I mean that's kind of like what you
You
expect
could
from a
feel
character
his
from him.
love for
Yeah.
people within
Okay.
him.
Great.
Whereas Roman
Yeah.
Roy, you know, he hates everything.
Yeah, and I think that's what
Yeah.
sells this movie, like his performance as a whole. And Jesse Eisenberg is great too, but again,
Oh, he's so good. Yeah,
this really is a Culkin's movie for me.
Jesse's always
Definitely-
good. Yeah.
definitely the better directorial effort from Jesse Eisenberg too.
He
His
did
previous
that.
one.
He did that one
With
what's that?
Finn
With Finn
Wolfhard.
Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard, yeah.
Yeah,
Which wasn't
I did
that
not love
good.
very forgettable.
I was gonna see that like that Sundance or something, but then I heard like turn the other
It
way.
was
So I was
mid.
like,
Yeah. Also, I
yeah.
didn't know that Will Sharp was in this movie, and like he's not
Yeah.
in it for a lot, but he's like really funny too.
From White Lotus.
White Lotus season 2.
Oh, is he like the
Aubrey
son
Plaza's husband.
or the husband? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
the guy, like the guy to the
Got
trip for this. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't know he was in that. He was great. I missed White Lotus season 2. That was a great season of TV.
Yeah.
Um,
Season 3, it's back to being shit.
why? You think? What happened?
It has a horrible filter on it. I did
The
that.
yellow
season
filter.
one.
Yeah, the yellow filter's not great, but the cast. I mean, we have Carrie Coon this season. Like,
Yeah, yeah. We
Come
have
on.
Walton Goggins too, right?
Where
Yeah.
are they going again? Is it Haiti or what?
Thailand.
Thailand? Okay.
Hopefully they fix the filter stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
That's fucking
It looked
sucks.
so good. Season 2 looked great. I don't know why they're going back.
because they're not in Europe.
Yeah, fair.
You know how it is in Hollywood. Yeah, but I've been looking forward to a real pain. I've been checking my Fandango to make sure like I need to see this as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's really one of the best of the year, I think.
I can't wait. I really hope Kieran, what's his name? Kieran. I hope he wins. Best part. I didn't even
If we're
see
talking
the movie.
about Beyond Fest still, I did do
The
did you guys talk about Salem's Lot?
Oh no. We can talk about that one.
I thought you did. Never mind. Maybe somebody else did.
Did you watch it, Evan?
Nah.
I think it was really fun. Definitely very cheesy, but I think it adds to it. Very Sam Raimi like in ways. And it sucks because it deserves to be seen with a crowd. It should have been in theaters, but I don't think it would have done well either way. So
Yeah, it would have bombed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joker just lost them like
it was
half
fun.
a
I know a lot of
billion.
people hate on it, but I liked it. It was fun.
Mm.
The little kid in that movie is fucking cinema gold. Like
So funny.
his performance alone is worth watching the movie of it.
Oh wow. Okay. I'll take a gander at it.
Next spooky season, Evan, you should give this a watch.
1,000%. Sure thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
How
was the Brutalist, guys? Come on, don't leave me waiting.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I have one more before we get to that.
Oh Jesus Christ! What is it?
Bring Them Down.
heard
Starring
of this.
Christopher Abbott, Barry Keoghan. Very small movie about sheep herders.
Sounds riveting.
Very messy in parts, but I think it was a solid little thriller. That's it.
Oh, I've seen this poster around here.
Yeah. It was alright.
Is it a thriller? Is it
A
engaging?
thriller, yeah.
Okay.
The structure
Mike-
is really interesting. I like how it switches points of view. The ending's a little questionable, but
Did somebody hurt the sheep?
into it. Yes,
Oh no, I don't like
I
that.
know, right?
Okay.
Then we the big one, the biggie of the year, as we could say, the Brutalist.
3 hours and what? 50? How long is it?
30?
Intermission 3:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I can take that.
It's not that bad. It's like what, like 10 minutes
It
longer
fucking
than
flies
Killers?
by though. It flies by like nothing else you've seen.
Okay, good. Hopefully I see it this Christmas. Probably the second week in January.
Probably late February. Yeah.
In March, a week before the Oscars.
Yeah, I'll see it after Den of Thieves 2 in January.
Yeah. I'll say this about the Brutalist. Because
I think we should not talk much because I think
yeah, I won't
video on it.
Yeah, I won't say much about it because I didn't really watch the trailers.
Much to talk about.
But
3 hours.
Expect this movie to be slightly lighter than you might think in terms of tone.
Oh,
first half.
Okay. Interesting.
Second half is fucking heavy though.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So, performances.
Adrian Brody, best of the year.
Guy Pearce.
Everyone's saying it.
Probably the best villain of the year.
Yeah. Felicity Jones, another best performance of the year.
Oh, you guys both saw. Sorry to cut you guys short. You guys both saw, Kieran and now Guy Pearce. Which one do you think has a better chance in best supporting?
Ooh, fuck.
Huh?
Guy Pearce or
best supporting? Denzel.
No, I don't think it's happening.
We'll see.
I like Kieran Culkin more, but I think Guy Pearce has like the career aspect to it.
So what?
Like the career story, like he's never been nominated before.
I think queer. I was like, is he gay in the movie?
I think Culkin is the better performance though.
Okay.
It's because he has so much to do though. Like he's basically leading that movie.
Yeah, I heard Kieran's kind of like the co-lead, a la
Guy Pearce is really memorable though.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I can't wait.
It's funny that they're not showing him in trailers and shit. I like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen any any of him in the footage or anything like prior to the movie coming out.
Funny. He's so funny in this movie. And he's also like fucking devastating too.
Terrifying. Yeah.
Okay, I can't wait to watch it. Yeah, I don't know Jack about this movie except like it's about the American dream or whatever.
I mean, I don't want to say much because it's one you just want to let it wash over you while you're watching. But it's just, I mean, it's in the poster. It's monumental. It really is. It's really I can't say anything else. It's something we've never seen before, but also it's harkened so much to these big 70s, 80s epics, Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah, what makes it so never seen before? Because I've heard it just connected.
I mean, maybe not never seen before, but something we truly don't get much.
Okay,
these big 3.5 hour long epics about
American
a fucking
epics,
architect. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I heard
this normal guy.
I've heard connections to There Will Be Blood and stuff like that. I'm like, whoa, that's high praise. So
Godfather.
Yeah.
Just because of how big and grand it feels when you're watching it,
especially for its budget. Yeah.
Fucking $6 million. I don't understand how.
Impossible.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
There's some sequences, Evans, where you're like, this must have fucking cost fucking $100 million just to shoot. There's some the locations in this movie feel like actual characters.
On location,
which is weird to say because it's just grass, basically, so trying to construct something on a hill, but it really does. It adds a lot of weight to the movie.
It just feels everything about it just feels so big for this small story, which is so interesting. And the twist it takes in the set the second half and the ending is so fascinating. The epilogue is really thought provoking. It's been sitting with me ever since I saw it. I haven't really stopped thinking about this movie, which is the biggest element I think of it.
Love to hear it. Yeah, this is one of those.
And the score is one of the best scores of the decade so far. Unreal.
Ooh, is it competing with Oppenheimer?
Oh, better.
Whoa!
I think it's better.
Edgar, you disagree or?
No, I love the score, but I definitely
the score's in the trailer. That's the main.
Yeah, the trailer. I was like, oh, I'm in. Yeah.
I need to listen to it on its own, but that won't happen until next month.
I still listen to Oppenheimer every day.
Oppenheimer's great.
That shit was probably hitting yesterday. Huh?
I rewatched Oppenheimer this month also.
Oh, you did? Cool.
Yeah, great movie.
What a great movie to rewatch. Oppenheimer's endlessly rewatchable.
It's so good. It's so surprising that it's so rewatchable.
Yeah, right? It didn't seem like a rewatchable kind of movie.
It's just that good.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. Brutalist is all that and more.
Okay, great. Best picture over Anora? Or what do you think?
For me, yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, yeah. It deserves it over Anora, and I think it's trying to win over Anora.
Wow.
All right. And speaking of Anora,
You have it over Anora, Edgar?
Brutalist, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Leading into Anora, I just saw that. And I guess it's kind of October, November. It doesn't matter. But it's out now, so I guess we'll talk about it. I adored this movie. Like, this jumped up into one of my top 5 of the year. This movie is excellent, incredible, riveting, engaging. It's hilarious. I laughed so much watching this movie. It's chaotic.
Way funnier than I expected.
Way funnier. Like, it's chaotically hilarious. The way the chaos imbues itself with the comedy.
Just slapstick, yeah.
Such a great way. It's like, I've heard it compared to like what's the one with Adam Sandler?
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems in terms of like the way the chaos permeates throughout the movie. But this one is also it's more electric. It is funnier. And Mikey Madison was just an all-star in this movie from scene 1 to the very end. I'm also probably my new favorite ending of the year. Probably. I love this ending. Like Jalen and I, my brother, like we had a full-on like conversation about like what it meant and the action that both characters were going through in that movie. Like, oh my God, so good. But it's also so raw and real in terms of like what they went on in this movie. That nothing, even though it's so funny, none of it seemed super outlandishly like crazy. Like this will never happen. Like I felt it felt very real, natural in terms of like the progression of each of the characters. And the guy that played Igor, excellent. Yeah. Excellent. Peak. One of probably the biggest surprise performance I've seen all year, where I went in, expecting Mikey Madison to be incredible, and she was. But this guy came in as like out of nowhere and was just like stole my heart in terms of like his dynamic.
Mark Edelstein too as the kid, like her husband.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
incredible.
Yeah, great. Really played up that, and this is a complex role, right? Like I don't want to spoil Anora, no need to, but that immature yet earnest angle, it was really hard to like meld that together.
Complex,
yeah, but and make it like enjoyable, not enjoyable to watch, but just like engaging to watch. And yeah, it was a very difficult character to play, and he did very well. Yeah.
I think for me, what makes the Igor character so effective is because you see him be introduced in the movie, and you're thinking like, oh, he's just gonna be like a throwaway character in the background, whatever. And he is for like a good like 10-15 minutes, but like progressively, like this guy actually goes through an arc of like you can see it through his eyes that he's thinking like, oh, we're actually fucking over this girl. And that sequence where like they're getting on the I'm not trying to spoil too much, but when they get to the plane and she's just like not wanting to get in, and
just his like little glances at her, incredible,
so nuanced.
This movie like is basically just like a modern slapstick for at least the second act. It's so much fun, and Mikey Madison's incredible. A little con I have is I don't think we explore much like deeply into Anora, like that character as much. I think it's a bit surface level until the ending, and I would have liked to see a bit more sprinkled throughout.
Yeah, you don't really like learn about her life or her sister.
Yeah, like we see some like in the beginning of like her after the first night at the club that we see, then the ending obviously. But I would like to see more of her like away from the sex worker life.
True.
Or at least get to see like moments away from that.
Yeah. And even though like
it's still really good though.
Yeah, even though it's not like a one-on-one similarity, like for me, like I compare this movie to something like The Nice Guys, and again, not because it's like very similar, but like I comparing them in
the way it handles its comedy.
Yeah, like it's very consistent. Almost every single joke lands. It's great.
Yeah,
Sean Baker, man.
It was great.
He's really good.
Yeah. If people have not seen Florida Project, I recommend that.
I haven't.
Yeah, it's so good, so good.
I've only seen Red Rocket besides this.
I need to see that one as well. Yeah.
A deserving Best Picture if it does indeed win in.
Yeah,
it does indeed win.
For me, it's just like are people going to gravitate towards another 3 hour?
Hard though. It's interesting, yeah. But also, this movie's about set sport, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm watching it. I'm like, whoa, this is the best picture winner.
Yeah,
like it's going full on out there. I mean, it has to. I like it.
Conclave sneak up? I don't know.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that then. Conclave.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Let's talk about that.
Aldo Bellini.
I
fucking love this movie, dude.
This one is so good. It's so much fun. I didn't love it, but I think it's so fun. Like I can see myself rewatching this one.
Totally, yeah.
A lot. The performances are great. The intrigue is great, and it's a nice, like, how do you say this? Like a contained thriller. Not one location.
Kind of like Who Done It in ways too.
Yeah, in terms of like trying to get to the bottom of a certain mystery. This, no spoilers, but a certain death happens at the beginning. The Pope, dies, and then they have to go full on like succession war. And it was full on. It was really interesting.
Politics. Yeah.
The social politics. You know me, guys. I'm a huge reality TV guy, and the social politics here, the whispering behind backs, the
so good.
Glances up and down. Like I feel like the editing was
very Fiennes in this movie, dude. Like, oh my god,
it feels like an espionage movie at times too because of the editing and the pacing and the atmosphere.
Exactly. Like, let me go inside this guy's room. What was he looking at here? Who's talking to who? Who sent this email to who? It's like, oh wow! Like I was like, fully, yeah.
Well, fine. Goes on like the Batman fucking arc over here.
Yeah, big time. The world's greatest detective.
It's just like men gossiping the whole movie. It's so good.
It's great. And yeah, it's like
Stanley Tucci is really good too.
I wish he was in it more.
Really good. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I with Edgar. I think he's good where he's at. There's some lines
he could have been in more and like really elevated it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's great in the first half, but I don't want to say he disappears because he doesn't, but like his impact lessens throughout the movie.
Isabella Rossellini barely in it, but like when she is, just steals your attention.
Yeah, she had one great scene. She had one great scene with the curtsy scene. But yeah,
that scene the most despicable. There's like one of through the most despicable vape rip. When when he's like getting outed. Spoilers. John Lithgow's getting outed. Then the main bad guy just takes a rip of the bomb or the.
Yeah,
it's so fucking funny.
I didn't know Lithgow was in this. But he was
on the poster.
Good. Is it? I don't know the poster.
Yeah.
All I see is Ray Fiennes looking down. That's all I know from the poster. But yeah, I didn't know Lithgow was in this, and he really he didn't steal the show, but he was excellent. He was great. Yeah, I thought he was. I haven't seen him in a minute. I don't watch that one show he's on Hulu. But he was really good in this. But yeah, I thought like it didn't like I didn't have like the most depth, but it's really fun thriller.
The Indian's really fascinating though. It really leaves you thinking though.
It does, yeah, and it's partially like I don't know. It's a thinker of an ending, but also partially it can be it's a little not goofy, but it comes out of nowhere.
Comes out of nowhere, yeah, for sure.
I'm just like, did it really? I felt like they wanted to have one extra like boom in there to leave you like thinking, and it does.
But like, it works for me. I think like this as a whole, this was like way more investigative and interrogative of like just how men act and how like corrupt religion is and these systems are and elections in general can be.
Interesting.
It's watching this before like a couple days before election was really interesting.
Oh yeah. That's a great way of phrasing it, man. Yeah, it's very interesting, and I think the biggest kudos for this movie is that you don't have to be religiously, associated to watch this kind of movie. Sure. It's one of those movies where like you can become informed. There's a lot of like knowledgeable, informative stuff in this movie in terms of the whole process of how they.
The best movies about faith are like that, though.
Exactly,
like Midnight Mass or Exorcist.
Yeah, where they reveal a lot more about the characters rather than the faith, and the faith is how the faith affects each character differently.
Yeah,
and what they're personally going through. I think Midnight Mass, of course, expertly does that, but this movie had a fun time of doing that.
I do want to.
Yeah,
sorry.
No,
I
you're gonna
say.
Huh? No, nothing. Go for it.
I do want to personally apologize to Volker Bertelmann, the composer of this movie, who famously I hated because he stole the win away from Justin Hurwitz for Babylon.
That's still shocking. How did that win Best Score?
Yeah, but the score here is a fucking banger, so I forgive
It's
him.
good. It was. I was like sitting there bopping the entire time.
Yeah,
bopping.
What were you gonna say, Edgar?
No, I was just gonna say that it, like, even though like obviously that entire religion has their own fucking issues, but like movies about like the Catholic Church tend to be fucking bangers like this. The Exorcist 3, like Legion, incredible.
Exorcist 3 is too good.
So good.
Is that still your guys' favorite Exorcist movie?
Oh yeah, easily.
I like the first one more, but they're right neck and neck.
Third one is just so like mystery angle is so my jam. I love it. And the best jump scare of all time is in that movie. It's so good. Nathan captured it on camera. If anybody wants to Google it on YouTube,
it's a meme now.
Oh boy.
All right, what next? Did you guys talk about his 3 daughters?
That's right here. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it last time, but we can talk about it again.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is one of my favorite movies of the year in my top 5.
Whoa! Holy shit!
For this movie, it really
that was my reaction.
Maybe the viewing experience. I was in a completely empty theater and like midday. Just really wanted to soak into this movie, and it did. It worked, and like these characters are, I think, really complex and really well written. All of them. All 3 performances are some of my favorites of the year so far. They're just so layered and so like. The dynamics between each are so fascinating to watch. I think Elizabeth Olsen is like maybe a standout just because of she's the more straight-faced of the 3, but she plays it so fucking well.
Yeah, she
has these little intricacies in her character that are like really come out like in these dynamics, which is really interesting.
It comes out naturally. I had Natasha Lyonne number 1, Carrie Coon number 2. And
they're all fucking great. They're all so good.
They're all excellent. In a just year, Natasha Lyonne would be in the conversation for Best Supporting Actress. I think she was excellent here because she had a lot of the emotional baggage that we did not see. We saw them, the stories about if people want to get interested in this. It's on Netflix right now, His 3 Daughters.
It's so fucking good, man.
And
I love this movie so much.
It's about these daughters comforting their father who is getting ready to pass away. And Elizabeth Olsen and Carrie Coon come to take over Natasha Lyonne's apartment, and then chaos ensues. And I think Natasha Lyonne, a lot of the emotional baggage was kind of like off screen. It's kind of what she's saying, her friends saying, what her sisters are saying that she's went through.
That's how it works for this whole movie, is that like you start to learn more about the movie as the movie goes from each character talking about the other one. And I think this is like one of the best scripts of the year. It's so smart.
Agreed. It was structurally smart in terms of how they extrapolated like all that character development through natural conversation. And I think Natasha Lyonne was just excellent in terms of conveying the weight that she's feeling without saying the most. Compared to the other sisters. It's a lot of her facial expressions. It's a lot of her conversation with her other friends to really peel away at her character.
Jovan Adepa has a small role from a Babylon fame.
That's what he's from. Okay.
Natasha Lyonne's boyfriend, yeah.
Yes.
He has a great little small role.
He has a great scene when he's going bar for bar with Carrie Coon. It was great.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm like the biggest Carrie Coon fan because I love Leftovers, one of the best shows of all time.
I need to watch that. I really do.
It's so good. Season 2 especially. And one of the best series finales of all time. Anyways, she was great. She had probably the most dialogue because she's a very talkative character. And I'm watching this the first 10 minutes. I'm like, wow. And I think one of the small negatives or positives, take it what you will, but it feels like a play sometimes because it's just so.
I think this is one of the movies where it feels like that, but actually works. Whereas most of the time it doesn't for me.
It does. Like I think this works. I love the one with Chadwick Boseman. I like that one a lot.
Oh, okay. I like the humans a lot, which is also like structure trying not to play in one location. And the father, obviously.
Oh, the father, peak. Yeah.
But this is up there with those ones for me.
I agree. The dialogue was just very snappy and it was very quick. And again, it felt like a play, but it wasn't. And sometimes that hindered it because it felt like it was very talky at times. But again, like we were saying, you get so much characterization.
I think the editing kind of works to like
its favor,
take away from it just being feeling like a play. Like it really has some interesting editing. The direction's great. I really adore this.
I thought it was great. The performances are great. Again, it's not one of my top of the year, but it's a very fulfilling watch.
Yeah, I think very hard. Like I said, that watching experience really got me. I cried so much because I had like the room to do so. I think I really put myself into this movie. I don't know. It worked for me. And that scene with the father at the end.
Oh, that surprised me. Dude. I was like, whoa, what is happening? I love when movies take swings like that. It was a very unique choice. I think part of me was like, did I want to see that? But by the end of it, I was like, okay, I think that was very worthy.
See what it's doing. You're right. Oh shit. Okay, this is important.
Exactly, 100%. So yeah, I didn't have any custodians come wipe away my tears like Josh here, but it was good. I saw this on my couch. It was a good Netflix one. Yeah, it was
definitely one I'm glad I saw in a theater.
Yeah. Speaking of seeing it in theater, I have the option. Well, I didn't think I would. I have the option to see Blitz this weekend. Have you guys already seen
Blitz? We talked about it right now. Definitely see it in theater because you'll be bored at home.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say that too. And I don't even mean to like insult the movie, but it is one of those movies that kind of requires your attention. Not because it's like very difficult to follow, no, but
it's very slow.
It's very slow, and you would be easily distracted if you're like at home.
Okay, yeah.
And I think the war at set pieces are the sound design is really good for a theater.
Yeah.
I think the tets of this movie are the highlight. I think it doesn't look the best, but some moments it does. I think the lighting is pretty bad. I think it's very dark movie. But the sound design is good. Hans Zimmer's score is a highlight. Obviously, he's great.
How was performances? How was Saoirse Ronan and how's the kid?
I mean, see Saoirse Ronan, she's good.
The kid is good.
Kid's really good. Yeah.
I was telling Josh after the movie, this feels like one of those movies that Disney would market as a family movie in the 80s and then just traumatize kids nationwide. It kind of has like
very it's very just classic old school like
Hollywood,
war picture. Yeah, Hollywood war picture. Very run of the mill, but I think some people like that a lot. I think it was all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, one of those kids in this movie definitely gonna get cast in the Harry Potter series.
Oh, wow.
I don't know which one, but one will be.
Nice. I'm seeing Heretic. How do you say it?
Heretic.
This weekend, Blitz and Anora round 2.
Nice.
Oh, and because we have Monday off, at least schools do. I might see The Memoir of a Snail.
Me too. I might see that Sunday. Yeah.
No Juror 2?
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah.
Is it playing? It's not playing, are you?
Not. I literally put it on Fandango. It was like not playing in theater.
It might. It's expanding slowly.
Is it?
Yeah, it's going up to 40 theaters, I think, this week.
It was at 50 last time. That's going down.
Or no, it was like 20 or something, 30.
No, it was 50.
Started. Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's going up. It's going up slightly, is what I think it is.
It says not available at home or in theaters.
Fucking David.
I mean, we did talk about that if you want it. I saw it.
I mean, you're the only one who's seen it. So.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Yeah.
No.
I'm not the biggest Clint Eastwood fan.
I was trying to figure this out. I think this is my first Clint Eastwood movie.
You didn't see Cry Macho?
Wow. No, I did not see Cry Macho.
Let me look through Clint Eastwood's filmography.
What's that other movie that he did in the pandemic? Richard
Jewell. I saw that.
That was before pandemic. Yeah, but The Mule was a great trailer. I didn't watch the movie, but that trailer rocked.
The Mule is actually...
Is it good?
Pretty fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how this one is. I think
it's a good Saturday night kind of movie. Yeah.
Yeah, Juror number 2 is a really solid procedural courtroom drama.
I like that.
It's a really interesting premise that's kind of original that I haven't seen before. and it's like executed as well as you'd expect from doing someone who's doing it for 6 decades. You know,
Yeah.
like, this man's.
Josh, there's no way this is your first Clint Eastwood. You never seen $1 Million Baby?
It is no. Haven't seen American Sniper. No.
Oh my god, that was like the highest grossing
Haven't
movie
seen
of that year.
Unforgiven. Gran
Unforgiven is like the
Torino.
best western of all time.
Classic.
I need to catch up. He's one of my big blind spots for sure.
I saw Letters to Iwo Jima in my history class. It's a great one.
That's him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Boomers are gonna go crazy.
Sully? Tom Hanks, Sully?
You've seen Sully,
No.
right?
Wow. Oh man. Okay. Never mind then.
See, what this would be a big fucking dad movie if they put it out in more theaters.
I feel like the trailer was like very interesting.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
He hasn't had a
really
big hit
very
in
good.
20
Years.
years. So,
Yeah.
no, American Sniper was 2014. So it's been 10 years since he's had a hit of any kind. So I can understand the hesitancy, but at least give him something. Jeez.
It's fucking Clint Eastwood. I don't understand.
It's his last movie, most likely. Too.
Especially if it's his last movie, at least give him like 100 theaters. Give him the Sing Sing treatment at least. Damn.
Not even the.
Nicholas Hoult really good in this. Tony Collette really good in this. It's really solid. I really have much more to say about it.
Yeah, Nicholas Holt's always really good in that. He had some respectful things to say about Clint Eastwood. Yeah, politics aside, he makes a good movie.
Yeah.
Unforgiven probably.
But this movie kind of like wrestles with his own politics in ways, which is interesting.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know.
Smoking to a chair.
The only thing about Juror 2 is that boomers are gonna go crazy when it comes to TNT.
Peak cable movie for sure.
Peak cable movie. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.
What next?
Uh,
Let me see. Fuck.
Was that it for Fantastic Fest, by the way? Beyond Fest?
Beyond Fest. I can do a real.
I saw 2 more, but I'd say they were spooky season.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do a quick rundown. I only watched like 3 movies for AFI.
Okay.
The Room Next Door, Pablo Almodovar, Julianne Moore, Tilda Swinton. Which movie were you guys talking about? Like, it feels like a play, like Three Daughters.
Yeah.
It's 3 Daughters. Yeah, this movie very much has that same feeling, but like not in the sense of like it's like a one location thing. It's more so like the performances are very like big and theatrical, like they're very exaggerated and they're kind of silly, but I feel like that's the point. Do you guys know what the movie's about?
No clue. She moves in with somebody else. With her? Yeah.
So okay, I won't say anything then, but it's kind of like 2 people kind of dealing with like their mortality and what their legacy means and how what life will look like after they're gone. But it's also a very funny movie. Tilda Swinton is just kind of playing like a goof, even though it's like a very kind of serious subject matter. The cinematography is great, always vibrant and colorful with his movies, with Pablo's movies. John Turturro is not in the movie for a lot, but he's in it enough to leave sort of an impact. Okay. And Julianne Moore is probably my favorite performance of the movie. I think she's the one performer that has like the most to do, like emotionally, because again, like Tilda Swinton's character is not like taking things too seriously, and she's like, and Julianne Moore kind of has to balance the goofiness with like actual drama out of the two. Solid movie. I didn't love it, but I thought it was alright.
Yeah, I was interested, but then I heard so many like mixed and negative reviews, and then it's coming out like in February next year.
Oh, it is?
I think so. Yeah.
Really?
So
okay.
And then I watched Maria with
Pablo
Larraín's movie with Angelina Jolie. Probably one of my favorite performances of the year from Jolie. I don't know how the Oscar races look for her, but I don't know how.
I think she's in for now.
She's like number 3,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I don't know how she does she's in at least 5. She's incredible.
I think she's locked in.
Yeah. Earlier we were talking a little bit about like the Brutalist and like what the movie is about, and again, very shortly, I'm just gonna say that while that movie, obviously it's not real, it's fictional. While that movie sees this character trying to deal with like becoming over obsessive with his work and becoming desperate of leaving a legacy behind, I feel like a lot of biopics are like that, and this movie kind of dives into those elements, but it's not so much about somebody's obsession with their work, and so much, and more so about trying, like, feeling like they're not worth it anymore, like they're not as good as they used to be. Like this movie takes place in her last like couple of days in life,
So it's like kind of imposter syndrome.
yeah, it's very much imposter syndrome of like she's trying to like go back on tour, but her voice is not fully there anymore, and she's just looking back and at her work, at her music, and her past relationships, and how all of those things connect, and how like impacted where she is now today in the present day of the movie. Again, it's a very interesting movie, and I'm forgetting his name, Cody Smith McPhee.
Oh, he's great.
He's great, and like, part of why I loved the role that he plays in the movie is that he's kind of like playing like a journalist who's recording her life, like for a memoir, but it's also kind of like so he's kind of like a filmmaker too. So it almost feels like a insert character for Pablo. So and again, cinematography incredible, one of the best looking movies of the year. The black and white scene. Mwah.
People have been saying like it's a conversation to win best cinematography.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's that Ultraman. Yeah. Makes sense. Especially after like, no, it's a different DP. Never mind.
Who were you gonna take?
Spencer, but that was
Oh yeah. I mean, all of his movies look fucking great.
Yeah.
How would you rank amongst the Spencer and the Portman
Jackie? I've only seen Jackie once, and I like the movie, but I was never super big on it. I love Spencer. That's like one of my favorite movies of the year. I don't know how the fuck Kristen Stewart fucking lost to Jessica Chastain that year.
Oh god, that did happen.
Yeah, it did happen.
It was he nominated for fucking cinematography. Insane.
They did not. The Academy did not like that movie.
No.
The score of that movie too, like the end, like epilogue sequence.
Oh my god,
so good. Anyway, I would probably go Spencer, then Maria, and then Jackie. Out of this,
I still have not seen Jackie. Yeah, I've not seen Jackie.
Yeah. But I fucking love Spencer. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
And the last movie that I saw at AFI was the new Wallace and Gromit. And I mean, there's not a lot of much to say about this movie. It's just a cute little family movie. Although the movie is like very much anti-AI because the movie is about AI.
We love that.
It's about Wallace coming up with this invention to help people in his neighborhood, like, cut grass and whatever. And eventually the penguin from that other previous shore comes back and kind of like manipulates things, and AI goes wrong. And it's a really fun movie.
I need to catch up on my Wallace and Gromit. Like I feel like I used to watch those movies all the time as a kid, but like I haven't not watched one in 2 decades.
I don't think I've seen Curse of the Were-Rabbit, which is, I think,
it's so good, man.
Yeah.
How many movies are there for the Wallace and Gromit saga?
I think it's only one official movie, and then the rest are shorts.
This is Aardman who does a bunch of shit. There's like Shaun the Sheep. There's Chicken Run.
Maybe I'm thinking of like all the shorts I watched growing up, not the movies. So it's like you say there's like one movie, but all these other rest are shorts.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
You're right. 31 minutes, 30 minutes. Where Curse of the Were-Rabbit is like an actual movie. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. So yeah, Curse of the Were-Rabbit. So if I had seen one before this, is Curse of the Were-Rabbit, then this one?
Yeah. Okay. I think it's on Netflix already, the other one.
Oh, sweet.
I was going to try and get to it for spooky season, but I tried it.
So you say it's very good, though?
It's really good. It's really solid. I definitely probably... I can see it get into best animated movie. It won't win, but it'll be on the race.
Yeah, I mean, is it in contention over Josh's favorite movie, The Wild Robot? Is it over there?
So do I miss last month's episode, so I don't have to talk about that.
Great movie. Yeah, because right now I was like, do I put that in my top 5? Even though for like wide release,
it's hard, man.
Wide release is not coming out until
is Moana. Also, I don't know how to do.
For me, like
Wild Robot. What else?
Flow. And more of a Snail.
I think I'm seeing Flow in 2 weeks from now.
More of a Snail, yeah.
And either Transformers or Moana 2 or.
I'm stuck, guys. I'm stuck because I really want as a huge anime fan, I want Lord of the Rings, War of the Rings.
That too.
to be in.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about
I
that.
want it to be in. I think every piece of marketing material, every dialogue, every
But it's like
everything I've been
I know
hearing
it's
about this
theatrical.
movie,
I know it's Lord of the Rings, but it's still anime.
it's still anime. I feel like that might like hinder the
Yeah.
box office and the critical
Yeah.
reception to it. But like, I also want Transformers 1. 'Cause I think that's like an excellent movie as well.
I haven't
So I'm
seen it,
like,
so
I really want Transformers and Lord of the Rings.
Do it for the Transformers guy, Josh.
I know, right?
is for someone who's only like the only Transformers movies I liked is Bumblebee. Should I watch this?
Yeah,
Yes.
an origin story of
Yeah.
Optimus Prime and Megatron.
It's just a good movie
Is it
all
good?
around.
Okay.
Yes,
alright.
very, very, very good. I love this.
Bumblebee's kind of annoying in this movie, but that's the point.
Like I have Keegan Michael Key.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, the voice acting is
that
shockingly-
bitch was annoying to Mario. I'm sorry.
He was
Oh, yeah,
fine. Really? Was he
It's Toad.
annoying?
he was
He was a
Todd.
good Toad, but like, it was
Oh,
annoying.
Toad, yeah, whatever his fucking name is.
Listen, I fell asleep in Mario, so I can't.
Yeah, it took me like 3 nights to watch that movie. It's so boring.
It's really boring.
Yeah.
It's really boring. I woke up and Luigi and Mario are flying in New York. I'm like, okay, this is great. No, it's fine. But I go back and forth between the Wild Robot and Transformers 1 in terms of which one I like more. It's been a great year for animation.
Do you think Wild Robots went in like a landslide though, or does Inside 2? Inside Out 2 have a shot?
I hear nobody talking about Inside Out 2. I think Inside Out 2 is great.
It's the
but
highest grossing movie of the year.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
that's true.
Yeah.
But in terms of like lasting,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
lasting impact, I think. But
I just box
like,
office is my Boy and the Heron won last year over Spider-Verse. So
which is great. Boy and the Heron 4K at least. I have at home. Beautiful, gorgeous.
gorgeous, yeah.
One of the best scores you'll see on here. What else? Oh, speaking of animated, I saw this anime movie called Lookback. I dropped in a little. I dropped in a little clip on chat today because it finally came out on Amazon Prime. It's 58 minutes long, and it's one of the most impactful.
Is it anime?
Beautiful, yes, anime. It's from the creator of, if you guys have heard of the anime called Chainsaw Man. It's the creator of Chainsaw Man. He made this short, and it's directed by a guy named Kiyotaka Hoshiyama. And oh my god, I cried. This is like one of the big criers of the year for me. It's emotional. It's beautiful. It's about these two artists.
Did you cry during Wild Robot?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
You know I did.
You did?
And you still hated it?
Oh my god! I don't understand you, Josh. I don't understand you.
I teared up a little bit.
It's so hard for me to cry in movies, but yeah. But Lookback did get me crying because but it's about these two artists who grow up. She really wants to be a manga artist, and it starts out as a competition, but then their friendship grows, and that's all I'll say. It's a very beautiful, fulfilling, gorgeously animated movie. Beautiful score, great direction, fantastic, relatable, and inspiring story. It's on Amazon Prime. Again, it's only like 60 to 70 minutes, and it's one of the most fulfilling movies you'll see all year. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
I'll add it to the list.
I'll really recommend Look Back. It's an easy 5 stars for me. It's especially for people who are like want to dive into like just being creative.
It's on Prime, you said?
Amazon Prime. It just came out today. Yeah. So Look Back is just fantastic.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yes.
I do want to talk about Legend of Vox Machina, but I feel like we should save that so Edgar to dip.
Edgar's not watching that show.
Yeah, it's something like we could save that for the end. So you don't.
Oh, you got a heart out, Edgar? You're muted.
Oh, you don't know? Wait.
I do.
You're muted. Sorry. Huh?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to spoil.
I don't have to live until like 5, but yeah, doesn't matter.
Okay.
It just turned 5 o'clock for me, so you got time. we can move on to.
We want to make the transition to spooky, or we have any?
Not yet. Not
I
yet.
think
Not
we have
yet.
some more. Yeah.
I saw We Live in Time. Andrew Garfield,
Yes.
Florence Pugh.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
What a good movie! Like this movie, I was turned.
I actually didn't cry in this one somehow.
I didn't cry either.
This guy.
I
So
was
good it makes
thinking-
you want to kill yourself.
Jesus. I was taken by surprise by the structure of this movie.
Yeah,
But
it's very
I liked it.
about time in ways.
Because the time in the title.
You know, funny enough, the structure of this movie reminded me of Strange Darling.
I've not seen
Yes,
Strange
yeah.
Darling yet. No, I gotta catch that. That came out this year, right? This October. Strange Darling.
Yeah,
It's like August.
August.
I think.
August,
Oh, damn.
September. Yeah.
Been a minute. But yeah, I think this movie is it's so sweet, it's so heartwarming, it's so wholesome. And the emotional impact is not lessened, even though they go back and forth. You know the ending, you know the beginning, and piecing together the relationship in this kind of up and down manner was very interesting because I think it elevated certain moments, even though again we knew what was going to happen, we knew what came before it at certain times. It still elevated certain scenes that came before it and certain scenes that came after it.
Chemistry is chemistry.
Oh yeah, some of the best chemistry you'll see all year. Like insanely good chemistry. Yeah, this is
Two
up
of
there
the
with,
best
like,
actors we have right now. Like, it's not fair.
Somebody made like a letterbox saying like Andrew Garfield is like in tears the entire movie or on the verge of tears the entire movie. And, I mean, yeah, but it's also he's really good. He's just so good in this movie.
Florence Pugh, like that monologue she has
Oh.
after he finds out that she's been doing what she's been doing.
Yeah. That was a great
fucking
argument scene.
incredible. Yeah.
I love a good argument scene. That was great. That was really good. But yeah, it's just I had a blast watching this movie. I mean, it's not one of those movies that's so much fun, but it's still wholesome, and yeah, I liked it.
Did you guys make the Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the TV when the horse came in?
When I tell you they had like 2 seconds of screen time after that.
Yeah.
But I sure did though. I sure did. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I was like, it was another crowded theater for me, surprisingly. And I heard somebody sniffling at the end next to me.
Yeah.
But it was a fun experience. It was
Probably
really
one of the
fun.
most chaotic, fun bird sequences in a movie that I've seen in a minute.
What?
bird sequences.
Like birding, like giving
Oh, bird.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a great
These
scene.
buggers.
Great
Mhm.
scene. But also, like, as somebody who I don't have road rage, but like certain people when I'm driving piss me off. If somebody pulls up in the middle of the highway,
This fucking dips.
I'm going off. I don't care what's going on. I don't care what you're like. I'm going off. But anyways, that was a very funny scene. It was great.
Still, I still think random call out, but Pieces of a Woman still has the best birthing scene I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. Not that good of a movie, but that birthing scene's great. Yeah, I agree. Okay. What else do you have there, Edgar?
Do you got anybody saw Venom 3?
I was looking at it. I was like, do we pull the trigger on Venom: The Last Dance? Is it
Sure. Why not?
It's funny because I rewatched with Nathan. Go check it out on My Cup of Tea. We did Venom: Let There Be Carnage, and I was like, whatever. It's a fun movie, but like, you know, I'm never gonna rewatch these movies unless I'm watching it with people. And this one surprisingly worse than Let There Be Carnage.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
no Andy Serkis, so
no, but this one was just so boring and dumb. Like all these movies are dumb. None of them make a lick of sense. But this one was just so aggravatingly dumb, where even the supporting cast is just bad. Like, have you seen this one, Josh? You haven't seen this? No. Edgar, they try to make Chiwetel Ejiofor seem like a bad guy in this movie when he's really
in
not.
this.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was in this.
Like, he's the only one that's making sense.
He's the only one that makes sense with the script and the narrative trying to tell me this guy is bad. I'm like, no, if I'm in this movie, yeah, I'm killing Venom. Yeah, I'm killing all these other aliens. Why are we sympathetic towards them? Oh, and Noel has to be one of the worst villains I've seen in a very long
He was
time.
hyped up so much on Twitter for some reason.
It's so bad.
Noel is coming.
Noel is coming.
We know the fuck that is.
And the writer of this movie, who is also the director, she's all like, we really want to do fans justice with Nolan. We're really sowing the seed for his character in future installments. Like, don't put him in Spider-Man 4.
Is he barely in the movie or something?
He's barely in the movie, and he's sitting on a chair delivering, and it looks
Serkis,
awful.
right?
It's Andy Serkis. Actually, there is Andy Serkis in this movie, yeah. But
it's funny that he's delivering a speech to just a bunch of cockroaches. Basically,
yeah, it's so weird. It's just like it's so cartoonish. Like, oh my god, like it looked bad. It was like a bad PS2 cutscene. And he's just like talking about like
type shit.
I do wonder where the budget for this movie went, because like Venom is barely in it too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So no. Fuck the spoilers. So
I don't care, yeah.
The main premise of this stupid movie is that, like, hey, Venom has like this thing called the Codex or the Cortex, whatever, bullshit. He has some kind of thing that the villain needs, right?
That makes him a horse.
Yes.
No, it's basically because his bond with Eddie is too special.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like
yeah.
They
so
had
basically some
died,
conversion camp type shit.
Like they had to have died before in order to have like this united symbiote cortex thing. But either way, the villain's after it. He sends these random, awful, ugly monsters.
Is the villain?
No.
Noel is the villain.
Noel is the villain. This random dude in the chair. And
who's too intelligible?
A bad guy, but
some army
a bad guy.
He's bad
because
he's bad because he's just after Eddie. But anyways, the only way to go after and find Eddie and Venom is when Eddie is turned into Venom fully, like the Venom character. So, in order to hide that, he starts being more Eddie. Why, in your third installment, do you make a narrative that makes you want to be less Venom? Why?
Like, don't do Spider-Man 2 in the third movie.
Yeah, right? It's weird. And without any of the like thematic or emotional impact that Spider-Man 2 had. It's just like, oh yeah, we gotta hide. And also, because this is a movie, we have to get caught. So we're gonna have this random dancing with Mrs. Chen, and that's how you get caught? Fuck out of here.
Dancing to an ABBA song.
Wait, that's the ABBA?
Yeah.
Oh,
fuck, I want to see this now.
It's so dumb. Like, the only reason I would ever watch this is I'm watching it with you or with Nathan or with somebody. It's like, this movie was so bad. I'm walking away like, oh god.
And Juno Temple and
don't get me started on
she's
Juno
in this too?
Yeah, she's like
she's awful.
Yeah, she's like the boss of quote unquote boss of Edge of 4, but like basically the entire point of their characters is just to give us exposition that Venom already gave to Eddie.
We already know it. And they gave Juno Temple this horrendous backstory that I gave zero shits about. It's about her dead brother.
It's the same. It's basically the same backstory from how the parents of the guy from James and the Giant Peach, how they die. It's basically the same thing.
Yes, great callback. That's so true.
So, what's better, this or Madam Web?
Madam Web.
Really? Okay.
I would watch Madam Web because it has 3 actresses that I like watching. Wait, actually, is it?
Hey, wait. Reese is fucking fantastic in this movie.
Reese Evans?
Reese Evans?
Oh, he's good. Edgar, is this working?
Is he Lizard in this?
No, he's just a guy.
Really?
He's a nomad. What do they call it? A nomad? Yeah.
What's his role in this movie?
He endangers his family for aliens. That's his role in the movie. They go to Area 51 because he just wants to.
Yeah, the backstory is that he quit his job. Yes. They sold their house to go on a road trip to go to Area 51.
Your kid should be in school. What the hell are you doing? It's so
he's like him and what's the other his wife Anora Ubag. They're playing it like incredible. Like they're selling the comedy.
They're playing it so straight.
They're doing an incredible job. They're probably the highlight of the movie for me
Should I see this now?
because they're the only people in the movie that know what kind of movie they're in.
Yeah.
Besides maybe Tom Hardy, but like even him, he's like just like generic.
He drunk the entire movie. Tom Hardy's just drunk the entire movie, which I couldn't tell was actually part of the script or not. He's just drunk the entire movie. It's really bad. It's really weird. I cannot say this is worse than Madam Web. I can't say it's worse because Madam Web has some horrible ADR. That ADR is one of the worst.
But hey, it's more. What would you
though.
have more fun watching, Madam Web or this? See, Evan, Madam Web is the key.
So is this my least favorite movie?
All.
This movie was bad. Where'd I put it in my ranking? I think I have it too high now. I have it above like Argyle. Argyle was shit though.
Yeah, this is more entertaining than Argyle.
This is better than Argyle, right?
I mean, I don't know if it's better, but it's more entertaining.
This is better than Lift, right?
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
Favorite section of the movie?
You gotta go with Get Off My Plane, Harrison Ford.
Air Force One.
And he's gonna be a red guy next year too. So
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, and the guy from Independence Day.
Independence Day, yeah. That's him. It's him. Yeah, he wins.
He wins.
I really love the Nazi asshole in Succession.
Wait, what?
What?
In the election, right?
That's a wild statement to make at a time.
Nobody has
It's
seen
because I'm
Succession.
watching Succession again right now. It's on the mind.
What season are you on?
Just finished one. So
Nice.
Okay.
I've never rewatched Succession. I should go back and do that.
yeah, it's good. It's very interesting time to watch it though.
Yeah, exactly, right.
All right. What do you want to do now?
Where are we? Where the fuck are we?
Do we want to
We're off
transition
the
with Smile too, or what?
Oh yeah, we haven't done Smile.
Let me see a bit more.
I saw Don't Move on Netflix. It's a little
Don't what?
Don't Move. It's on Netflix. It's like this.
Sounds like a Netflix movie.
I'm shocked you haven't seen this, Edgar. It was
Right?
like it was top 10 on Netflix for a while.
Don't Move. What is this?
This girl
This is your
is,
shit, Edgar.
This girl was mourning something that happened in her life, and then
I've seen the poster. Okay.
and then she has to fend off this serial. I don't know if it's a serial killer. He's a murderer of some kind. Who injects her with a syringe, and it hinders her movement. And in like 20, 30 minutes, she's going to be unable to move. She won't be able to speak. She won't be able to move. Only thing that'll be able to move is her eyes. So it's early on, it's her fending off this serial killer, and it's a big cat and mouse for the entire 90 minutes. I think this movie flies by. It's not great. It borders between like being too goofy, but also trying to be sentimental and serious at the same time. And I don't think the tonal blend really matched that well. But it's a fun to watch. I would still recommend it for a quick 90-minute thriller. It's pretty decently fun. It's a classic 90-minute Netflix thriller movie produced by not Raimi, but somebody important. I forget.
I think it's though, isn't it?
What?
Is it Raimi?
Is it Raimi? It might be Raimi then. It might be. It is Sam Raimi. Never mind then. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I was on the money. And yeah, again, it's just sometimes it's goofy, sometimes it's not. It's like, okay, you're just along for the ride. It gets pretty outlandish, but that's Netflix for you. So I saw Don't
Speaking
Move.
of another Netflix movie that's actually good.
Yes,
Woman of the Hour.
I've not seen Woman in the Hour.
Anna Kendrick movie that she directed.
Great movie.
I really liked it. Yeah, it's a really solid, kind of like true crime, but like plays with the structure a bit. It's like kind of like 3 chapters a little bit, or 3 different points of view. I think it's really horrifying in the way it like takes on this source material. It's basically about this man who's like a big serial killer, but he
Works for the LA Times.
Yeah, and
So Nightcrawler.
Basically, kind of.
A game show.
Keep it up a bit, but
What
yeah, it's about the serial killer who like sneaks his way onto like a dating game show.
Oh, okay, interesting. And how's Anna Kendrick?
It's really good. She's great,
yeah.
but she's like even better behind the camera. Like her direction is really good. I think.
Oh, she's directing this. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sequence with her in a parking lot that's probably one of the most the chilliest.
Yeah,
so fucking chilling. It's one of the best of the year. Like just like one contained scene of how horrifying something can be. So good.
Wow, I might watch
Autumn Best, who is like plays this younger like teenager, I guess, who is one of the victims of the serial killer. Fucking incredible. Newcomer, I haven't heard of her before, but she's really fucking good.
Yeah. Really good, really well shot too.
Mm-hmm.
There's I have it on my letterbox like background for the movie, but like there's a shot of like you're seeing like this woman through a camera. It's so fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great shots.
Nice.
Evan, you need to watch this.
Yeah, I'll put it. It's been on my list for a bit, for a minute. Ever since it came out, I want to watch it. I love me some Anna Kendrick. She never disappoints. And this is her directorial debut. You guys said?
Yep.
Sweet.
I need her back in the director's chair because she's good. Did a great job here. So
yeah,
maybe she'll direct the next Narnia movie after Greta Gerwig.
maybe not that bit of a step, but
Star Wars maybe.
God.
But yeah, I also saw a Netflix movie. I saw Ultraman Rising. This is an animated movie. I saw this. I follow Christopher Sean on Twitter. And
I had to mute him because he was spamming this shit.
He did. I turned off his retweets. I was like, oh my god. But it made me want to watch this movie for the first time. And this is one of the most beautiful animated movies you'll see all year. It's very stylish, very cool. I'm not the biggest Ultraman fan, but I was pleasantly surprised about how much emotional depth and baggage a lot of the characters have. Both heroes and villains alike get a very well structured arc in this movie. They both the villain and the hero have a very emotional attachment, both bad and good, with the kaiju that are happening there. And the way that Ultraman is voiced, again, Christopher Sean does a great job here. Just a very good job. And the best part about this movie is how it navigates family relationships. What these characters are willing to do, what they're not willing to do for their family, the struggles that they have between father and son was just very emotional, very heartwarming as well. And the villain, like, you can tell that he was very hurt by what happened to his family and what he's willing to do for his family. I think it was a very well done movie. So if you haven't not watched Ultraman Rising, and the action is, it's an Ultraman movie, so the action is very spectacular and very anime inspired. So I would really recommend Ultraman Rising. It's tragic, heartwarming, fun, funny, and just very cute because, of course, they're like this big, cuddly kaiju that Ultraman has to take care of for a majority of this movie. So that's very cool too. A good family movie. I think that's it for me. We talked about Venom already, so the only thing that haven't been on here is Smile 2 and some horror stuff. So
I have a couple more. I watched Vox Lux for the first time because obviously Brady Corbett, the Brutalist, I was like hooked on his style, so I wanted to see more from him. And definitely one of the better like fictional pop star like biopics we've seen. His direction is just so interesting and so like so powerful of how he like inserts his vision.
This is with Portman, right?
Yeah, she's weird. She's wacky, but it works, I think. There's a scene towards the end with Stacey Martin, who plays her sister. So good. She's so good. She's also in The Brutalist. But yeah, she's great here. Christopher Abbott has like the small role. That's fun. Jude
Is he
Law
a weird little
is
figure?
he's not, unfortunately.
Um,
Jude Law is great as her manager, and I just love how like important and big in scope Brady Torbett's movies feel with both this and The Brutalist. Like they're so intimate but still ambitious in scope, which is really something cool to see.
I remember seeing the trailer for this, and I'm like, oh, that looks a bit too weird for me. But I might go back and watch this.
It feels important when you're watching it. The way it's structured, like the way the style is, like the store. It's so good.
Okay.
It is fucking wacky, like the connections he's trying to make, like thematically, to the events he's portraying. It's a big step, but it's ambitious. But I think he gets there. What else?
That was it for me. Before horror, I didn't watch much horror, but you know.
Sorry.
You didn't watch the masterpiece piece by piece.
Did you see that?
Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
Talk about it.
I mean it's fine. It's entertaining to watch. Okay, here's the interesting.
Is there MLK speech in this movie?
What?
MLK? Is that?
I think so. I don't remember. Yeah. There is like a short montage for some reason. No, but okay. So here's the thing about this movie: the animation looks great, but for my taste, it might look a little bit too polished because, like, I feel like what made the Lego movie and the Batman Lego movie so special was like, it's like obviously it's digital, but it has like almost that practical feeling to it, like the way the characters move, and that sense of movement is still here, but it's just too clean, which is weird to say about a Lego movie, but I don't know. It's weird. Music is great. I mean, music is fine. It's the same music that of his fucking career.
Yeah, of course.
The structure of the movie is fine. It's fun. Like the movie starts with him like in his house, like Lego form, like walking to the room where they're gonna conduct like interviews for the documentary. But obviously everything is Lego. It's fun. Like there's nothing really much to say about it. It's fun.
Would this count as like a Lego live action movie? We know they're developing 3 movies. Like,
I don't understand that. What does that mean?
unless they're doing the same. Unless they're doing the same stupid thing. Like, remember when they said they were gonna do a Tetris live action movie and it just turned out to be a biopic? Maybe it's that. I don't know.
Why 3 of them?
I don't think so.
I don't fucking know.
Then they
Patty Jenkins, why?
They said one of them is going to be like Ninjago or something like that. I don't know.
They just make a
what does
ninja
live
movie.
action mean, though?
What is it? Remember the first Lego movie? You come out and you see like Will Ferrell.
Yeah, but you don't.
Is that what they
I
mean?
mean, I guess it wasn't. I got disqualified from the Oscars for that.
So is that what they mean? Like it's going to be mostly animated, but then they're going to have. Like,
it might just be like
playing with it.
Misinformation.
I'm thinking because there's no way you can do like a live action Lego.
No.
Like this isn't like
don't do Minecraft with this shit.
Oh god, don't do
unless they do like the Sonic route, they just bring Legos into the.
How do you do that with Sonic?
Oh, Dad, my widow sent him to life.
That's scary. That's scary as hell.
With Patty Jenkins writing that shit, no, thank you.
Wow.
Somebody hits their toe with one of the Lego people.
Oh god! But the guy that did Willow, John Caston.
He's doing
writing one. He's doing one of them. I'm like, John, you go from Willow, which is perfection, to Lego. That's what happened. Disney, fuck you.
Hollywood, baby.
God damn! I mean, get that paycheck, John. Get that paycheck. Anyways,
I mean, if it's just a like Lego animated movie, I'm sure it'll be good. But, like,
if it's that, then I'm like, okay, then these movies
like Lego
great.
Batman, then yeah.
Okay, Evan, here's an idea. Lego Willow.
I'm there day one.
No shot.
It's not happening, but
Lego
I would be
Willow
there day one.
There is a Willow 4K coming.
Willow season 2 only in Lego. Wait, what?
Yeah, the movie.
Oh.
He's like, oh no, thank you.
My heart like to be.
The show's better, I think. Also, the show's better than the movie.
Oh, it is easily. Yeah. I need my Willow and Acolyte.
Actually, I think we'll get one, but not Willow.
Give it Loki season 2 of Blu-ray, or fuck you guys. Like I want.
Yeah, of course they did. It's fucking rips.
It's not
Loki
good.
season 2.
The ending ruined the entire season.
You don't like Loki season 2?
I don't like the ending, and the characters get shit changed.
Oh, I forgot about this. That's right. Yeah.
The ending atrocious, and the side characters
It's
get
Mission Impossible type beat for you, huh?
screwed over.
But
one
Secret
thing.
War 7.
I need the multiverse saga to end. Soon.
Anyway,
Fucking Luke Skywalker over here.
speaking of Luke Skywalker, the Apprentice.
What?
What's the connection?
You haven't seen that tweet of like people
No.
of the like Republicans like saying like A New Hope is like 2016.
Oh
2020,
wow! What a,
2025 Strikes Back.
what a cut! What a
That's
cut.
a weird connection to make still.
That's
Edgar.
weird. Get your meme brain out of there. You got that meme rot brain.
Fucking brain rot over here.
Anyways, how was The Apprentice? Is it good?
It's alright. It's fine. I mean,
I think
I'll give Sebastian Stan this. He's not doing an impression. He's actually trying to make a character out of this.
Which is good.
Um,
That's what I've heard, yeah.
You can always count on Sebastian Stan to go all in. Yeah.
Yeah, and also Jeremy Strong. My God, that man always fucking good in anything he said.
I heard he's really, really good. So I'm a huge Jeremy
I
Strong.
need to watch it. I missed it in theaters, unfortunately.
I thought you
I
saw
could
it.
have gone to see it.
No, but I think what makes his performance so impactful in the movie is that he is obviously playing this monster that made Donald Trump who he is, but like, and not that the movie's trying to give him a redemption arc because it's not, but there's something that happens to him like towards the third act where like you almost feel bad for him, but all at the same time it's like you put yourself in this
It's
situation,
Trump,
man.
yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, he's really good. Maria Bakalova, great.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I think like my biggest gripe with the movie, and I feel like everybody has said this already who's seen the movie, is that doesn't really say anything new that we don't know already. So yeah, it's like yeah, I get the point of the movie, but at the same time, it's like you're not saying anything interesting or new anymore. Like we know that we're fucked, especially fucked after
Like
Tuesday.
I'm like less incentivized to watch it now. There was a possibility where I'm like, I might watch it, to finally get him out of my mind, but no.
Now it's
It's like if you want to watch it, just watch the news.
Just look outside.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, who directed this? Was it?
Ali Abbasi.
Okay, I thought it was somebody important. No. That was bad. Nothing's not important. I thought somebody famous. That was bad.
Okay, Evan.
Sorry, Ali. I thought it was like some Adam McKay type shit.
Adam McKay.
It's somebody notable. You know what I mean? People know Adam McKay. Sorry, Ali.
Oh my god. That was great.
I guess the segue to the other
From one horror
Sebastian
to another.
Stan. Well, it's the other Sebastian Stan movie that came out this year. A Different Man I saw.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, I have not seen this.
I haven't seen this.
Yeah, it's barely in theaters. Really interesting. Very much like similar to The Substance in ways. About like body image and getting older and legacy and like how you want to live your life, I guess. It's really interesting. It's one of the most fascinating, like layered films I've seen this year. There's so much going on, and definitely like baiting for rewatch.
Is this a narrative film or is it like a documentary?
Oh, that's a narrative, yeah.
Okay.
Adam Pearson, he's getting a lot of buzz for supporting, deservedly so. He's incredible. He's like a light of life that just comes into the second half of the movie. And Sebastian Stan is just he's so fucking good. Like he's one of the most maybe underappreciated actors we have right now. Besides Marvel stuff, like in all of these other films, he's so fucking good. And yeah, it's a great movie, a really introspective movie, a really dense movie. I just need to rewatch it.
Yeah, I remember one of the first times seeing him like out besides like Marvel, where I was like, oh, this guy's actually fucking good. Is in I, Tonya. I was like, fucking great.
Yeah, and also in Fresh from a couple years, he's so good in that.
Yeah, there was a poll on like Next Best Picture in terms of like what is his best role, and I think it has to be like I, Tonya, or like you said, The Flash.
This I think might be it now. Yeah,
it's great stuff. He's a great supporting actor as well. A lot of the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just didn't mean to. I mean, I also watched Logan Lucky for the first time.
Oh,
he has a great part in this.
I love Logan Lucky.
Movie. Yeah. Which is like that movie is just
the Game of Thrones scene is so funny.
Good. It's so good. It's so good. We're doing like one of the most
Irrelevant.
creative heist movies you've seen, and he just fucking executes it perfectly.
That's one of the most fun movies of what 2018, 2017, something like that.
Ever?
17, yeah.
16 going on 17.
Yeah, great movie.
All right.
I think. Oh, I also saw finally Megalopolis. I don't even know what to say. This movie is like purely one of a kind. I didn't even do the rating because I don't know how I could. It's just like I loved it. I think it's really beautiful and singular, but it's also like absolutely insane and incredibly complicated and really messy. Like I said, something we've never seen before. Coppola, love him or hate him, problematic figure for sure. He really put his whole fucking vision into this and realized it completely because it's all of his money went into it. So no interference at all, obviously. But yeah, you could see where the problems of that. You could see where that like comes through to be something interesting.
Yeah.
Aubrey Plaza in this movie, though. Oh my god,
Yep.
she is WoW Platinum.
Yeah.
So you want to get into your horror stuff?
Let's do it.
All right.
Did you watch a lot of horror stuff, Evan?
I'm not the biggest Halloween fan, so not much.
Wow.
Were you terrified?
I didn't see the first Terrifier.
If we could start with there, yeah. I think we've all watched them.
Yeah, I think. Well, I watched all of them for the first time. Yeah,
I did too.
Nathan was like, it was a lot in like 90 minutes, and it wasn't the most like fun to watch. But you know, it was very like, yeah. There's one scene in Terrifier 1 with the naked lady. I was like, I didn't need to see that.
Crazy.
That was like very crazy. I felt like it was more case, and I think for the first one, it was more of a showcase of Art the Clown, and what he's like the capabilities of this franchise in terms of its brutal killings and how terrifying, for lack of a better word, he is as an antagonist and his like silent but deadly nature. And it was like less of a character horror movie. It was just pure vibes and how crazy can this movie get kind of movie.
Yeah, I respect it for seeing something this committed to like Grindhouse schlock.
Yeah,
but it's not my thing. Not my thing.
Yeah,
The first one wasn't.
I watched the first one. I'm like, Nathan, like it gets better, Evan. So I was like, I might give Terrifier 2 a chance.
It's crazy that a fucking 80-minute movie felt like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And it was full of just dumb nonsense characters.
Yeah.
Which could have been like a throwback to like old school horror. Where, you know, it's a lot of cliche characters doing cliche things.
Yeah. I think my issue.
I appreciate it though, but it's just not for me.
Yeah.
Me too. Also because like, sorry, Edgar, but it's like
yeah,
it's in one location and it's because of the budget. But they make
that's what good for that budget being so low.
I agree. They make good use of that location. It's creepy hallways, creepy lit garages and shit. Like, okay, I respect it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my issue with the movie, like Josh said, is like the runtime. Like, how the fuck does this movie feel so long?
Yeah.
Also for me, especially with this first movie, it does get better over time, but especially with this movie, the violence and the gore, it just
It's
feels
too
very
torture porn.
not only it feels very gimmicky.
Yeah.
And like I guess that's the point, but
There's
like
no states.
yeah, there's no stakes. It feels very gimmicky, not so much. It feels more gimmicky than it actually being part of its style.
Yeah.
I also said it like the whole movie as a whole, and I feel like that's part of why it feels so long, is that it very much feels like a demo reel and not so much as a feature movie.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, it's like a showcase. Like, hey, this is what we can do with our capabilities, and
Which is why I like appreciate and respect it, but it just didn't work.
And I will say, like, even though there are obviously that one specific scene where like they go all in with the gore, I've seen all three movies, and my opinion is still the same for all three. I know that part of it is just marketing, but I don't get the hype of like, oh, these are some of the most horrific things I've seen on.
There's
on
a movie
cinema.
I
There's
watched
nothing.
that also came out this year that has a way worse kill in it, a way more like shocking kill.
Terrifier
I mean,
3,
I'll talk about it in the violent nature.
Oh yeah. What was I gonna say? And like, I don't understand how these movies are like not rated, like they're unrated. Like again, like there's nothing in these movies that like shock me or like make me turn away or anything. Like it might be disgusting, but like it's not. It's very cartoony violence.
It's cartoony violence.
And
it's
like,
not grounded at all.
Yeah, like there's stuff in the first Omen that have like stayed with me longer.
It's legit terrifying. It's not just gore. Yes.
Yeah. That have affected me more than anything in these movies. But moving on to Terrifier 2, it does get better, and I think part of it is because it actually has like a lead character with what's her
helps
face?
a lot.
Lauren Lavera. She's
yeah
fantastic in these two movies, in Terrifier 2 and 3.
I think that's what it needs.
Yeah, like you don't really have a main character in this movie; it's just people in the first one. But again, same issue with the first movie.
Way too fucking long.
Way too fucking long.
It feels longer than it is.
It's 2 hours
and 20 minutes,
20,
or something like that.
2 hours and 20 minutes of Terrifier.
It feels like 6 hours, Evan.
You're kidding me.
No.
Why is a horror movie 2 hours and 20 minutes?
Especially this kind of horror movie.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And like I feel like the problem is that the director is also the editor of these movies, and I get it. You want to get your vision across. You want to get it.
But my guy, I don't think people care that much about this. Like, the story is not really that interesting in this one.
Yeah, like it's not even about like, oh, you should cut down on the gore. Like, no, you want to keep the gore, keep it, but like you need to cut something to make it tighter. Yeah. But it does get better in the third one. I feel like it's the one that flows the best. Like the pacing is much better than the first two.
And I think maybe because it's the one I saw in the theater, that helped for me personally. Yeah. Maybe enjoyed it a bit more.
Yeah, but also just the vibe of the movie is like different. There's a character.
Christmas vibe is good.
Yeah, there's a character in the first movie, Evan. The disfigured lady, Vicky.
Oh, yeah, they tried to make a whole twist out of that.
Yeah. So, it feels very separated from the first movie, that entire storyline, and they kind of bring it back into the second one, but just barely. She makes like a full-on comeback in the third movie, and that character is so freaking cool. Like
she's Art's sidekick, basically.
Yeah, so basically like the Joker and Harley Quinn dynamic.
Yeah.
Oh boy, with the weird makeup still on her face.
Yeah. But it looks much better.
Okay, the first one I was just like, it looks oof.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Terrifier 3 is just the most fun for me, and it's the runtime makes the most sense.
How long is Terrifier 3?
It's like 140, I think.
That's how it's supposed to be. There we go.
150, something like that. I don't remember.
Let me see.
It might be just like it might actually be like
2 hours. Oh, it's like just 2 hours, yeah. But it doesn't feel as long as 2 or 1 did even. But this is a lot more fun, and I think the real star of this franchise or this series so far is David Howard Thornton, who plays Art. He's like the modern day encapsulation of like Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, slapstick comedy of like the silent era. Like he's doing so much funny shit in these movies, and everything he does is just gold, I think.
Yeah. Agreed. What else?
That's
you
the
guys
real
watch?
like star of these movies, I think. But it's all right. It's fun.
It's a fine. Yeah, I feel like torture porn is like people say the Saw movies are torture porn, and I couldn't disagree more. I think the Saw movies actually have like meaning and like fun and like substance for some of it, for the good ones at least.
Which one is the Eli Roth? Is it Hostel?
Hostel, yeah.
I know that's supposed to be like really torture porn.
I love how Sin Saw the guy just puts a person and go through the trash because he was sad about his son dying. Anyway, let's move on.
Saw 10 is great. If you have not seen Saw 10,
I need to see it still. Which ones do I need to see before that? Just the first one?
The first one, I would say.
First 1, 2.
I've seen the first one, but that's it.
1, 2, I think 1, 2, and 3 are solid.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, it's hard because I watched all of them, and yeah, 1 and 2, because you know
I thought the first one was just fine. It was good.
I actually really like the first one, but I think my favorite is like 6 and 10.
Okay.
So it's a weird pool, but Saw 6 is like really good.
All right.
Anyways, yeah.
What do we want to do next?
You guys are the ones who saw these horror movies. Oh, I saw Cabin in the Woods with Nathan on stream.
Okay.
You know, classic horror movie. I love that movie so
for the first time, or just
no. I've watched this countless times. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but I've watched it a lot in the past. I had a great movie memory of seeing this with my mom, like at one of those dollar movie theaters in our city, and it was a fun experience. And we used to watch it like nearly every Halloween since. It's just a classic horror movie. One of the most fun horror experiences you'll see. It's just hilarious. A lot of fun homages to classic horror cliches, and classic horror villains. It has everything that you love about horror movies. It's very funny, solid cast as well, and they play on the meta aspect of it all in a very cool way. So if anybody's listening and has not seen Cabin in the Woods, it's one of the best horror movies you'll see ever. Yeah.
Did you guys watch Agatha?
Yeah, we watched all of Agatha.
Edgar?
Unfortunately.
Oh wow! I thought this was one of the better Marvel shows.
Nah, I'm joking. Like, it's fine. I didn't hate it.
I think this is I
got surprised. I didn't hate it.
It's definitely middle tier for me for the shows.
I think it's top tier for me. I would actually put this above WandaVision, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because I think WandaVision, if you look at it like after completing WandaVision, the whole FBI storyline, the SWAT storyline is garbage.
Yeah, but like
it's really bad.
This one we have Joe Locke.
I don't think he's as bad as you said. I think he's solid. I don't think he's horrible at all. I think he's really solid. I think he's really solid in the connection between him and Wanda and Rio, Wanda and the not Wanda.
I just don't care.
Agatha and Rio, Agatha and Billy, Agatha and the supporting witches are strong, are very, very good. The Patty LuPone episodes. Sure. Let's spoil it.
It's like
a Marvel show. Everybody who wanted
to watch it. Yeah,
I didn't really care much of where the story was going. I think the twists it gets to are interesting, but I think the most interesting aspect of the show is just the first like 20 minutes of the finale, with that little
interesting
vignette with Catherine Hahn raising her child and her creating the song. Like, that is really good, and it looks fucking great, and it's really like way more meditative than I'm used to with MCU stuff. And her like coming to terms with death following her after being saved by death is really interesting. I just wish the show was more of that and not just like.
See, I think it does. I think the Patty LuPone episode is as.
See, everyone's saying that, but that one didn't really move me that much.
Wow, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think the editing and direction of that episode in particular was very interesting. I think the writing of Patty LuPone's character throughout the series and then culminating in that episode is very strong. I agree with you, though. I do like Nicholas Scratch, her son, the way he impacted her life, and the way that reflects what she's going through with Billy was really strong. You know, everything else is pretty solid and fine. But I think episode 6, actually, the episode before, not episode 6, the episode before the finale. I think after the Nicholas Scratch stuff, the finale turns pretty meh. Like, I think the finale tries to sell you on
the whole ghost shit is fucking weird.
Yeah,
it doesn't work for me.
It didn't really work for me.
It's just like Marvel again. Hey, we don't care about death. Here's the Statham on again.
Yeah. But also, Marvel does care about death because the whole, like, they kill off a lot of characters in the MCU, and I hate that for them.
But most of them end up coming back. Most
of the time, yeah. But recently, not actually. I think like post 2019, like in the Phase 4 era,
I think that's more of like they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Then
most likely. But either way, the ghost stuff kind of hinders the emotional hit of the finale, and the finale tries to like sell you on Billy being, because the whole Billy creating the hex, the road hex,
it's was very
idea,
fascinating.
I liked
it. It's executed that well.
I think the reveal was executed very well, but the emotional baggage was like, wait, I just did what my mom did. And one of the negatives for WandaVision is that she doesn't really grapple with what she did that much. They kind of lead it into Multiverse of Madness. But in this one, they want to try and like have Billy grapple with, I'm a murderer, but it doesn't really work that well. He doesn't kill that many people. And I think Agatha literally says it's like,
and then he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm a murderer like you. Let's still find my brother."
Yeah, it's like their argument. Like he gets so upset at her that he wants to convert her from a ghost and bring her to hell.
And he's like, "Oh, okay, you're bad. Let's
go." Yeah. It's like, she just says, "No, because I can't talk to my son," and that's supposed to be the emotional gut punch because she's been murdering people.
It comes off so flat.
Yeah, like, and I think structurally, what they wanted to come across was that, like, hey, the first 20 minutes are about my son, and by the end of this episode, Agatha has to like have this big confrontation with Billy, who might be sending her back to her son. But she can't do that because she's been murdering people in her son's name for hundreds of years, and that's a lot of baggage. I think on text, that's a lot to deal with, but on the show, it's not executed that well. I didn't really feel that hit. But again, overall, though, I think the show was very fun a lot of the time. And I think in context of other shows, it was more like consistently
tries to do the WandaVision thing of having different styles every episode again, but it doesn't do it nearly as good as that.
And I think people are looking at WandaVision with rose-tinted glasses.
I'm not. I rewatched it before this, and I still love that show. Yeah.
Really? I think the sword stuff is horrendous.
The what?
The sword stuff, the stuff with them reviving.
Yeah, but like
the whole rest of
the show is so fucking good that like it bounces out for me.
I don't think so. I think WandaVision is strong when she's with Vision. That stuff is strong. The stuff with the kids is decently strong.
But what's his name? Hater or whatever. The sword, that's not good. But I think that everything else is like so good that, like I said, it bounces out for me.
For me, it's like a tug and pull.
At least way more than Agatha, where like it just comes across really messy.
You good there, Edgar? But yeah, I think it does have its qualms. It's not a great show you'll see, but I had fun talking about it.
I do think it's good for a representation standpoint, like having this much queer stuff in it, like
very blatantly gay show.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So yeah. I think it's a show that for me got better as it went on. Because the first two episodes I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But I think Catherine Hahn sells every emotional.
She's so good in this. Yeah, her and Aubrey Plaza are great.
Yeah, and Aubrey Plaza's death, like in the finale and in the penultimate episode, the way she's just like, Alice, it's your time. You can follow me. And it was like, oh man, and her costume design, holy shit, beautiful.
Really good. Yeah.
Like man, woo. If I die, I have to see that. I'm not complaining.
Can you hear me?
I hear you, but you're still frozen on my screen.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. We don't need to see my face.
I mean, what happened with the camera? You can just reset. You can log out and come back in.
All right, I'll leave you.
But yeah, it was fine. Like in terms of best Marvel shows, I think I talked about it recently on My Cup of Tea. I still have like Miss Marvel as my favorite, but like Miss Marvel. Loki season 1.
For me, it's still WandaVision and Loki as a whole are like my favorites.
and yeah, WandaVision to be like number 3 or 4. I mean, I'm telling you, I think
I like Hawkeye a lot. Hawkeye was really fun.
Hawkeye was really fun.
Yeah,
Hawkeye was really fun.
but like Falcon and Winter Soldier was good until it wasn't.
I don't think it was. It was dull.
It was really good.
It was dull, then good, then boring, and then bad. And I was just like,
the ending
finale,
was so bad.
Probably had a good like speech or something there, I think. But yeah.
Remember Secret Invasion? God, that's some of the worst shit I've ever seen.
That was bad, Marvel. That was bad to the bone. Moon Knight. I did not enjoy Moon Knight. I know people like
really. I think it was alright.
Moon Knight was just okay. It was fine. It's so forgettable for me.
Yeah, most of them are forgettable.
Most of them are. Yeah. And now we have like 5,000 shows coming out.
I guess we could. I did rewatch spooky season Marvel thing that I want to talk about a bit.
The
Werewolf by Night. I rewatched it in color.
Does it hold up?
Oh yeah, it's still like one of the most creative things they've done. One of the coolest things they've done. Gail Garcia Bernal is fantastic. I think I really want Giacchino to do more directing. Like he should do Blade. He's perfect for it.
He should not do Blade.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
Nah.
All right.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. They need a brother to direct Blade, and then it needs to come out in like 2020. Like how hard?
2040. 2040.
Like it's a black person killing vampires.
No, I don't understand how they can't get it off the ground.
What's happening? How hard is it? It doesn't have to connect to anything.
Didn't they announce this in 2019?
Yes.
So we've gone through a whole election process, and they still
but
come out
Ursula thinks the script's looking real good right now.
Oh yeah, apparently he sure does. Bullshit.
Who do you want to direct it? Who would be your pick?
I can't even tell you. I have no idea. Yeah. I thought all the past people they've had in lineup have seemed pretty solid.
Nia DaCosta honestly would kind of crush it.
You know, they screwed her over.
No, she's no way she comes back, but yeah,
no way should she come back. And I like Captain Marvel too.
Marvels is good, yeah.
The Marvels, yeah. I think Marvels is really good. Not really, really good, but it's a very fun movie. People gave it a chance, you know.
What about Rick?
Rick Famuyiwa?
Hell yeah.
Where's he been? He's been stuck in Mando jail. Get him out of there! Get him out
You should
of
be
there!
in fucking Spider-Man, man. He'd be perfect for it.
He would be great for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Remember, all we had for like Rick Famuyiwa was like Dope. It was just the guy who did Dope.
I haven't seen Dope. I need to
And
watch
then he was
Dope.
gonna do the Flash, and then
he wasn't gonna do the Flash,
Yeah.
and then he did.
Then he was
Mando.
do that Lucasfilm movie about like the Butch that they picked up. Then that went to a different studio. Then he
Children of
got
Ash and
pushed off
Bone.
that. Yeah.
It's like Rick, man. He's a great creative. I listened to his interviews. Like, he's a very smart guy. I was like, get him out of that Mando shit, man.
His Mando episodes are some of the best though.
They are good. Yeah, they are good.
Okay, enough about fucking my workplace. What's next? Edgar, give me something.
let me see. I rewatched recently, and not too long ago. I mean, it was still October, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre, got the 4K. Had it for a while, for like a year. Fantastic looking movie.
I've never seen this movie.
Really?
It's
I
a big
rewatched it
mind
in a theater on film. We should have done a commentary for it.
Yeah,
we can still do it.
Next
We can
year,
still
yeah.
do it.
next year, baby.
Yeah. We can do it.
No, but this movie, what a great build up of just pure dread and anxiety, and one of the most uncomfortable movies you'll ever see. From the very beginning, just that sequence in the van is enough to like want to turn the TV off. Yeah, like the set pieces, the cinematography.
All timer ending too.
Yeah, the sound design, even like again, like you can tell that this movie was made for cheap, but like my god, like everything, every department, man, so fucking good.
One of the best horror films ever made.
Yep.
I think.
Wow, high praise.
Yeah, I was shocked too because like I watched it for the first time last year, and I was like, is it really to live up to? Like, I didn't think it was like gonna be as good as it is. because it's like you think of Leatherface, you think the like the slasher of it all, but it's way more than a slasher.
Something that I realized very quickly when I started getting more into horror, and I started going back to seeing more of the classic stuff. And as you're growing up, you're hearing all of these stories about like, oh, these movies are like this or that, like torture porn, like like Saw, or even like Texas Chainsaw. Even the name itself kind of tells
That's
you,
what
like,
I thought. Yeah,
these are going to be a torture porn. And then you go back and see like the first entries, like the very first movies of every franchise, and you just like see how much smarter and deeper and meaningful they are compared to what like most people make them out to be. I mean, I guess that's just the genre as a whole. Like a lot of people just like make them sound.
No, I totally with you. Yeah,
that's
and another segue that for something another movie that I watched for the first time that had that same feeling with was Poltergeist.
Oh, you haven't seen that?
No, I watched it for the first time this year, and that took me by surprise because like I'd heard the hype and like everything about it, and similar to Texas Chainsaw, I didn't think it would be. I didn't think it would live up to it as much as it does. Like this one took me by surprise. Fucking,
it's a family drama. Yeah,
it's a Spielberg fucking horror movie. Like he didn't direct it, but he wrote it, and his touch is all over it. But it is Tobe Hooper who also did Texas Chainsaw.
Oh wow!
So I think his stylings are also in there. It's just. It's so good because it has those Spielbergisms of like the family drama and the dynamics between them, but it also has like the Tobe Hooper of it all, where it's like fucking terrifying, and it's a ghost story that's really good, and I adore this movie.
Yeah. Fun fact: one of the reasons why a lot of people think that movie and the cast is cursed is because they actually use real skeletons for the drownings.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it was cheaper to go and grab skeletons from a graveyard than actually build them, I guess. Back in the day.
And they did that at Disneyland too.
Yeah.
With pirates.
Yeah. What else? Nightmare on Elm Street, saw the 4K, looks fantastic.
I watched that for the first time this year.
I think
again another movie that like has all this acclaim and it lived up to it for me. Just really fun, and it looks incredible.
Yeah, I do not like the Nightmare on Elm Street ending. I think it's bad.
Like the one with the mom. Yeah.
Okay. The original, the OG.
Yeah.
Okay, I have seen this one. I have not seen the sequels to this movie. Yeah, I think the whole dream thing.
It comes out of nowhere a little bit.
Doesn't work.
I agree with that. Yeah,
doesn't work for me. But the movie leading up to that was very, one of a kind.
Really fun. Yeah, Wes Craven, man.
Like the whole bed scene and like, oh shit,
the imagery in this movie.
Yeah, holy shit. Some of the best horror imagery ever.
And one of the best Forte discs I've seen too. Fucking gorgeous.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody always talks about like the blood coming out of the bed or like the bathtub scene, but like the one visual that has always stayed with me is like it's like kind of towards at the beginning of the movie before the friend chick gets killed off, and I think it's the other friend is sleeping on the other room, and you can just see like the walls like kind of like coming out. And then she wakes up and like can go back.
That's really stylish.
If you want to stick on the slasher train, I watched through the Halloween franchise front to back for the first time this year.
Oh, that's a lot of movies.
A lot of movies. A lot of good ones, a lot of bad ones.
I've only seen the original Halloween and the 3 remakes.
Yeah, before this year, I've only seen the first 3 and then the most recent 3.
Yeah, I've never seen like Halloween 2 or H2O or anything.
Okay, Halloween, a classic, the first one. Probably one of the best slashers ever made, one of the best horror movies ever made. Blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Halloween 2, I watched it for the first time a couple years ago, and on this rewatch also, like I forget how fucking good it is for a sequel to like one of the best movies ever made.
No.
That's way down the line.
Okay.
Halloween 2 picks up right after Halloween 1 with Loomis and Jamie Lee Curtis in the hospital. Basically, Halloween Kills.
Halloween Kills, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I think it's a way more interesting story, and I think it's like the set pieces are incredible up there with the first movie. Him like swinging the knife with the blood on the mask at the end, incredible shit.
Does he drive a lot in the sequels?
Does he drive a lot?
Because in the first one, he drives a lot in the first one.
He doesn't drive as much for the first one, no.
The first one, he's like looking at in the car. It's really weird.
Yeah, Halloween 2 slaps. I think it's the best score out of any of these movies. It's really good. Then Halloween 3 is a complete anthology. No Michael, about basically capitalism and how evil it is. And it's
is this one H2O?
Down the line, Evan.
Okay, well.
Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. It's it's basically like this guy, evil like corporate overlord who makes these Halloween masks, who has the plan to use these masks to kill every child in the world or in the country.
That's dark.
It's really fucked up. It's really good.
What did you want to gain out of that? Okay.
Death. I don't know. Halloween 3 slaps. I love it. It was hated when it was released because it wasn't Michael.
So you like it?
I love it. Yeah. Halloween 4, Return to Michael Myers. I like this one more than I thought it would.
This one where they reveal his backstory?
A little bit, yeah. No, Halloween 2 is when. Do you want me to spoil it?
Go ahead.
Are you to watch these movies when they reveal that
Michael I'm gonna watch them, but I know the lore.
Michael is Laurie's brother, basically.
Yeah.
And this, what they call the Thorn trilogy of 4, 5, and 6, like goes full forward with him being Laurie's brother.
Okay.
And it's interesting. Like, there's a kid that's introduced that has a really cool ending, and yeah, I don't want to spoil it because it's a lot to talk about. I don't want to talk about
Laurie's brother. What does that mean? So, like, didn't he?
Laurie was basically a baby of the Strode family that when everyone died, obviously, when Michael killed the whole family, she went up for adoption.
Got it. Okay, I was like, how does that make sense if he killed his sister? But okay.
And that storyline takes place for a lot of the sequels. 5, not great. No, 5 is the Revenge of Michael Myers. Yeah, not great. Halloween, Curse of Michael Myers. It's fun. It's like all these like later like slasher sequels are like all just merged together. Then we have H2O, which has Curse is the one that has Paul Rudd.
Oh, okay.
H2O has Josh Hartnett as Laurie Strode's son.
I heard people really like H2O.
Yeah, wasn't the biggest fan of it.
Oh, okay.
But it was alright. And Resurrection is fucking trash, which is the sequel to H2O.
Okay.
And has fucking Busta Rhymes doing karate for no reason.
Busta! Love that. Is this 90s era stuff?
2002.
2002, okay.
Yeah. Then I watched Rob Zombie Halloween movies. 1 is fucking trash. The worst movie in the franchise.
I heard one of the Rob Zombie ones is good.
Halloween 2, I did like a lot.
Okay.
Really surprising. It's like the way Michael teleports basically in each scene is really scary. And I think there's like a lot more to say about like grief and how the aftermath of like what Michael has done to this town. It's interesting.
Okay. Nice.
Then I rewatched the David Gordon Green movies, and I like Kills a lot more now. I used to hate Kills, but yeah, it was fun on a rewatch for sure. Seeing how goofy these like other sequels are.
Oh, in context.
Games, yeah.
Good point.
Wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Or as I thought initially.
Having not seen any of them, I thought Kills was a mess.
Yeah.
And End was like weird.
Once you like see the trilogy as a whole and how fucking much of a mess it is, you kind of have more fun with Kills on a rewatch.
Okay.
At least I did.
So you like Kills more than Ends?
I do now, I think, yeah. The first one, Halloween 2018, is like still just incredible. Love that movie.
It's so mid.
Really?
It's so mid.
Why?
I think I explained it already. The whole ending, the third act is atrocious, in my opinion. The doctor twist is.
No, you're hung up on this doctor. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. You know, watch the fucking sequels, then come back to me. Okay?
I will. Maybe.
All right. Here's what I'm gonna say about the trilogy, because I also rewatched it for this Halloween season. It's a fucking mess. The structure is all over the place. I still think that if the trilogy went from like Halloween 2018, it ends and it starts and ends the same way that it does, then you could have like the 5 years time jump and go into the Halloween ends, and then have Halloween Kills be like Corey fully on taking on the fucking entity of the shape, Michael Myers, whatever. I feel like it would be like a much more interesting trilogy, or at the very least, it would be something different. But like something that really struck with me, even from the very beginning, from the 2018 movie, is just how much David Gordon Green seems to be fascinated by exploring the idea of the mask itself, and like the idea of being the thing that influences people to become these despicable human beings that they are. Even just like the opening scene of like the podcaster is going to visit Michael and showing him the mask, and that's kind of like the thing
that's probably the best scene in the entire franchise.
Like trigger him,
the trilogy.
Like triggering him to like go back into that cycle. And then like again, I understand that it's fucking dumb, because it is dumb, the whole doctor sequence and like twist from the first movie from 2018.
It's like such a small part of the movie. I don't know why you're hung up on that so much, Evan.
I don't know why.
No, but like again, like in retrospect, seeing what the trilogy was building up to with the third movie, with the Corey storyline of like maybe he really is maybe Michael wasn't so much the evil, but this thing, this mask, this persona is what is making people turn into these despicable beings. It's like, okay, it's not the best execution, but I see the vision with the doctor, with Corey, with the whole town in Kills. Like I see it. Like it's not the best.
I will say, in hindsight, Halloween, the 2018 one, is better than Kills and Ends, at least.
Oh yeah, but it's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the score of all three movies
after watching all of them.
So the OG, Halloween 2, Halloween 3. Okay, and then you go to 2018's Halloween.
Yeah, they have 4, then Kills and Ends. Halloween 2, then just it's bad.
Then it just doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Which one has Busta in it?
Resurrection. The worst one. No, the worst non-zombie one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Bust a move.
And in terms of rewatches, I think that's it for me for Halloween.
Josh, any more?
Yeah. Didn't you watch Evil Dead and a bunch of
I watched it, but we've talked about those movies like even when it's not Halloween season.
You didn't watch like new watches?
New watches in terms of horror. Pumpkinhead, finally saw it. I have the 4K for that one. It's fun. I feel like
heard of Pumpkinhead.
It's with what's his face? Lance Henriksen.
Who?
Lance Henriksen, from Aliens.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's in it. He's the main guy. I like the concept more so than the actual execution. Basically, the idea is I don't know where this movie takes place. It must be somewhere in the South. But
you racist or something?
No. Well, fucking those accents, those 7 accents. But basically the idea is that in this area where the characters live, there's this creature, Pumpkinhead. It is, he's not even like made of pumpkin. He just has the fucking head of a pumpkin. That's hence the name. But basically, if somebody wrongs you, you can go to a witch in the woods and have this creature be summoned so it can take revenge for whoever.
Wow.
And I don't want to spoil what like Lance's character, like what happens to him, but basically he goes, does the curse thing. The creature goes after the people that wrong him, and he kind of has like a change of heart, and he doesn't want to do it anymore. So it's like him trying to stop the creature. It's not great. It's okay. It's fun. It's the creature design and the makeup is fantastic. But I feel like this is like one of those movies where I wouldn't necessarily hate seeing like a remake, just because like the execution, like I don't think they fully explored the potential of the concept. Even though like again, the sets and the makeup, everything is fucking great. But
sounds cool.
Yeah. And what else? I think that might be it for me in terms of like new watches for horror.
Pumpkinhead.
Mm.
So you just rewatch all the Evil Dead movies?
Yeah, I rewatched them again. They're still fucking great. Evil Dead 2013.
2013 still peak?
Yeah. When you watched it, did you watch the theatrical or the unrated version?
What did we watch? I think Nathan maybe watched the unrated version.
Okay.
I think we did.
I didn't even know there was 2 different cuts.
It's not like any different in terms of runtime, but it does add a few things. There's like a scene from the trailer that is pretty famous that didn't make it to the theatrical cut of Mia like doing like the "we're gonna catch you" blah blah blah, blah whatever. Okay. But yeah, it's fantastic. That movie looks great on 4K.
It rained blood. Come on.
Yeah, better than Romulus, I'll say.
Oh yeah, totally. I don't think it's the best raining blood scene though. That's Nope for me.
That's a good counterpoint.
That's a good counterpoint. More things are happening while it's raining blood in Evil Dead, but the image is really good in Nope. Yeah. Come on, Josh. What do you got?
1 second. Okay, I got first up, Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Never seen this. Classic.
A classic. I watch a couple classic.
Isn't James Wan remaking that?
Yep.
He is. Interesting. Okay.
It's called Aquaman.
Yeah, it's the Cum universe. You know, the classic universe monsters.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I watched Creature at the New Beverly Theater on film in 3D, which is really cool to see a movie this old in 3D. And it's still one of the best uses of 3D I've seen outside of like James Cameron stuff. Which is crazy how much.
So for what movie?
Creature from the Black Lagoon
in 3D. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the effects are fucking great. The underwater scenes are magical. The creature, the design, what's great. It's just a really fun monster movie. I also watched Young Frankenstein, which is Mel Brooks, basically a parody of the first 2 Frankenstein movies with Gene Wilder. Really funny, one of the best comedies ever, maybe. Genius shit. And I watched Frankenstein, the first one, for the first time, the original, directed by James Whale, I think. Really good. A classic monster movie, you know, like it's the one that started it all. It's as good as you'd expect.
I read the book, but I never watched the movie.
I didn't know it was based on a book, personally, honestly.
What?
I know Dracula was, but I didn't know Frankenstein was.
Bro said honestly.
Wow.
It was? I didn't know that.
Mary Shelley's Frankenstein?
Oh, that's where the name comes from. Okay.
America, people.
I also watched Bride of
Open the school.
We watched Bride of Frankenstein, which is one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
I've never seen that either. Okay.
Great. The production design is just unfucking.
Is it related at all to the OG Frankenstein? Like,
it's a sequel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Direct sequel. It's great. I don't know why they call it Bride of Frankenstein when she's like in 10 minutes of the movie, but it's a great title. So it works.
Marketing, baby.
Yeah.
Remember Angelina Jolie was supposed to be Bride of Frankenstein?
Was she?
Yeah.
I know Jesse Buckley is in
the Dark Monsters universe.
Oh.
Whatever that was.
Oh, wait, it was going to be her?
Yeah, she was. I remember now.
Okay.
Wasn't she in that photo? Was she not?
No, she was not. But I remember like rumblings of that.
Yeah.
So I know Maggie Gyllenhaal is doing the Bride movie, right? With Jesse Buckley as the bride.
That'll be fun.
And I think Christian Bale, right, as Frankenstein.
It's a musical, right?
I don't know that.
No, I'm asking.
I don't know.
Is it like a Joker 2 musical or actual musical?
We'll see. I guess.
Sounds fun.
What else is next? Oh, I watched The Fog from John Carpenter.
Not the Mist?
Not the Mist. The Fog. Automatically jumped to one of my favorite John Carpenter movies. It's just ultimate vibes. It's like a small coastal town, ghost pirates,
Whoa.
The atmosphere is insane. This movie is fucking so cool. Like one of the coolest movies I've ever seen.
The Fog.
And John Carpenter. So like it's, of course it fucking rolls.
Of course.
The soundtrack's crazy. Yeah, it's good. Watch this movie.
You need to watch They Live.
I got that one. I haven't watched it yet though. Yeah.
That's Sam Raimi, right?
That's Carpenter.
No, that's Carpenter.
That's Carpenter? Okay. What am I thinking
of? What else? I don't know.
Your favorite movie of the year?
I think we ended on that one. Yeah.
Wait, what? You have a new favorite movie of the year?
No.
Oh, sarcasm.
One of them. Top 10 though.
Smile 2. Better than The Substance, some would say.
We have not talked about Smile 2 yet? Jesus.
We're ending on it. Chill.
I didn't know you're building up to a Smile 2.
It's horror. It's a horror movie. A big one. I watched Carrie for the first time.
Oh, I love Carrie.
Yeah.
I actually like the remake.
Incredible. Too. Is it good? I've heard mixed things on it.
I actually liked it. I mean, I liked it when I first saw it. It's been like what, a decade, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years? I don't know. But I saw the remake before I saw the original, so maybe that's why.
Okay. Yeah. But like, this is maybe one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's
very well directed.
It's fucking De Palma just going off like for 2 hours. It's crazy. Yeah, the direction's insane. Like some of the shot choices are crazy. It's very like similar to Substance, I guess, in ways too, with the way things happen at the dance
at the end. Oh yeah.
Sissy Spacek is incredible. Like really one of the best horror performances, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like. It's hard talking about these old movies because they've been taught to death.
Yeah, I mean, the third act of the remake and this one.
The score is like incredible too.
So good. Oh, I love the score. Yeah, but yeah, the third act is where is most memorable to me. I love it.
Is there anything else?
Sorry.
What?
No, I sent something to the chat.
Oh boy,
it's my boy Ridley related.
Okay.
What do he do this time? Is he arguing with historians?
Nah, he just talking shit about things that he's done already.
Oh.
No, he was just talking shit about Quentin Tarantino. He was like, "Oh, I don't think I've ever met him," but like he was like at one of the round tables with the directors thing.
That's fucked up.
And he's sitting next to him.
That's bad. He's like 89 years old, guys. Come on.
He's one of the boys, one of the lads. Let him be.
He probably forgot.
We can move on to Smile.
Yeah, I guess you love this movie, Josh.
You didn't?
I mean, I really liked it. I didn't love Smile 2. I thought it was really good.
No, this one, like, as someone who enjoys the first one, I defended it after one of our friends was a big hater, infamously.
Nathan was not a big hater for the first one.
What do you mean? Of course it was.
Off the presses.
No, I think it was fun. It was definitely a good concept. I don't think the first one was like, it was just really solid. A really solid, original horror movie.
Yep.
And I think it's definitely worse now since Smile 2 is basically like the same ideas of the first one, but just blown up so much. And I think like executed kind of perfectly in my eyes. I just think Naomi Scott is like one of the best performances of the year. She does so much in this movie.
A lot of water
and a lot of chugging water bottles. Yes. Yeah. I think the direction is really assured and interesting. That
opening scene, man, so good.
The Wonder, man, the Wonder is so good.
I was locked.
So many good Wonders in this.
Yeah. I think my favorite scenes, spoilers for Smile 2. It's been about a month. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. But I want to talk about the hospital scene, which I think is one of the most stellar scenes I've seen all year.
So good.
Because usually I'm on top of it for I'm like fake reality.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm like, oh shit! Like I audibly was like, oh shit! With the mom reveal, just the way that was directed and paced, I was just like,
and I think the ending, like I haven't been that giddy watching an ending unfold since Challengers. Like
that was a blast.
And unfold as like perfectly as you'd expect it to. it takes it over the edge. Like it's perfection.
Do we think the guy was real at all?
Which guy?
The guy who was like, I got a secret way to kill the entity.
No.
Was he ever real?
Yeah.
He was never. So she was just at a bar talking to herself the entire.
I do think that's part of what adds to the insanity for
Yeah.
the actual reality. I've seen people complain that the movie is like it's like whatever, just because if you really think about it, most of the movie is fake. Like
Who cares?
But like, who cares? Like
It's internal conflict.
I think the way the movie captures the insanity and the warped reality of it all is way better than what they did in the first one.
Yeah, it's
And
someone like
it's smarter and more like it's more gut wrenching because of her
grief.
Yeah, her grief and her
yeah.
persona. That car ride scene, that was hard to watch because it's just like it's coming. You're just like,
it's so good.
Yeah.
We were talking about it last month.
Incredible.
What are you saying?
Oh, like we were talking about it last month after we ended the show. But like, this very much does feel like kind of like Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, where it's basically the same movie but just executed way better.
Yeah, agreed. I think, I mean, again, I didn't love this movie because it didn't feel as like, people kept on saying like it's super crazy and new. Like it didn't seem as crazy or as like new to me. But I liked the way the scale, like they kind of upped the ante with this one in a very fun way.
I think it's because it like for me it uses jumps. I usually I'm not the biggest fan of like overused jump scares, but I think this does it so effectively. And that's where it's like kind of fresh compared to like where most movies that like rely on jump scares so heavily, there's this really cheap feeling. Whereas like this one relies on jump scares a lot and they feel effective. They don't feel cheap.
Yeah.
And again, Naomi Scott just sold us through every single emotional hurdle and twist and turn. Like I was very like inside of what she was thinking and feeling and the whole time. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who knows if they'll ever make a third one, but my God, where
do you go from here?
Yeah, like I don't know what you do. Like, do you just go straight up like a post-apocalyptic type of shit,
or it could be a prequel?
Yeah. I hope they go because it gets me like John Wick 3 worries where like everybody's a spy. I'm like, okay, come on. So John Wick 3 got like it's parabellum, it's all out war. Everywhere you look, it's crazy.
You don't like John Wick 3?
I do, but it's not my favorite one. I think I go 4, 2, 1. 4, 1.
Mine's 4, 3, 2, 1. I think they just got better and better as they went.
Yeah, I think go 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. I don't know.
Upon
three's got goofy.
Yeah, I think I like 2 better than 3.
I think so too.
I think for me it's 4, maybe 2, 1, 3.
Yeah, they're all great movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Smile 2 was it was a blast and a half. It was a very fun theatrical experience too. People were like cheering and going crazy and like, oh my gosh, like again, the hospital scene, just like, whoa. And the fake out with the her best friend like the whole time, like, oh shit. That's some beautiful shit. Like it recontextualizes it in a beautiful way. So yeah, Smile 2. Fun time.
I think that's it though.
Yep.
That's it.
That's the show.
Probably one of our longest.
Oh yeah, Josh, did you want to do a separate podcast for Vox Machina?
We should do it at some point. Yeah,
a separate podcast.
There's so much to talk about.
Just a tease. It's my favorite show of the year so far.
Really?
I think
okay.
It surpassed Shogun for me. I mean, I say that.
That'll be an interesting conversation because like you're someone who doesn't know the source material.
Dude, I cried like a bitch. In episode, what was it? 6, the death episode. I'll just say that.
Oh yeah, okay.
I cried like a bitch.
It's just like there's so many changes from the source material for me that like I need to see the end game of it all to see how it works.
Okay, because I was on board. I think every character goes on such a fun, emotional, great character arc. It's romantic as hell, and that works for me so much.
We'll get into it on a full episode because there's a lot of time.
We will. Yeah. So yeah, I think, and also we didn't talk about it last month. Like we keep forgetting, but like I got to reiterate how much fun I had with Lord of the Rings: Rings of Power season 2. I think it's one of the, one of the best fantasy shows, period. But just like one of the best shows, period. You'll see all year. I think Rings of Power was a 150, 200% better quality increase than season 1. I think the character dynamics were great. Sauron is probably my favorite villain of the year on TV. It's just he had actual great emotional character growth and arc, which you don't really associate with somebody as maniacal as Sauron.
You like him better as a villain than the Penguin?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard because the Penguin's like the main character. Sauron was kind of like the main character in season 2 as well, but like it's hard. But I think Sauron, especially towards the end game, I was just like, oh, that scene with Celebrimbor. Celebrimbor in the finale, Edgar, was just peak. Like one of the favorite scenes I've seen all year. One of the best finales I've seen all year. I love the season 2 finale. I think Rings of Power is just a really, really, really big recommend. I also watched Dark Matter on Apple TV, and that was a very fun watch as well. I watched a lot of TV, but we'll see that for another time.
Are you watching Slow Horses?
Watching what?
Slow Horses.
I'm not watching Slow Horses, no.
Because that's still one of these shows where this came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It says 5 seasons. I don't get it.
Again, it's a show my mom watches. I've been trying to get into it, but I've been watching so many other.
But Trey says it's like really fucking good. So
I heard it's excellent. Yeah, I'm watching like for Apple TV wise. I'm going to be watching Silo.
Does that already have a season 2 coming?
Season 2 November 15th. That's the one.
Jesus. Okay.
Rebecca
all
Ferguson.
Right. I'm so behind on TV.
They already filmed season 3, or they're in the process of.
How?
not already filmed, but I think they're in the process. Like it's already. Man. It's not greenlit, but it's like it's happening.
I don't understand how some shows tend to get season 3 like crazy. Then
I think I think with the case of Apple is that they just don't care about the ratings really because it's Apple.
Yeah. So this has been a great year for TV. I also Abbott Elementary season 4 is great so far.
Really good, yeah.
I finished Ripley on Netflix. Fantastic show.
I need to watch that.
Fantastic. I already talked about Vox Machina.
The Penguin, fantastic.
Penguin has just been on fucking fire. Like
the end this weekend
finale, yeah.
And then next week is Dune.
I need to watch it.
Oh, CW's Dune.
It's the CW's Dune, yeah.
Fuck you guys. It looks really good.
We'll see.
I think it's gonna be great. You guys will be surprised. And I watched
if I even watch it.
I watched what is it called? The Tomb Raider series on Netflix was very fun. It's anime. That was very good. And if you have not watched, I think I talked about it last time, but
wait, is Arcane coming back this month?
Arcane Saturday. Yeah.
Fuck, I need to watch that too.
I'm telling it's the best show. It's literally when I watched season 1. I'm about to finish season 1 tonight.
How long is season 1? How many episodes?
9 episodes, 40 minutes each.
Okay.
I'm about to watch the finale of season 1.
Should I watch that or the Batman first?
The Arcane.
Okay.
Wait, when you say the Batman, when you say the Batman, you mean like the Penguin? Like what do you mean?
The Penguin, yes.
Yeah.
Arcane's way better than the Penguin. But like the two different shows completely.
Okay, but like here's an idea. What do you think you'll be spoiled more easily on social media?
That's
the Penguin or Arcane?
Okay.
Yeah, catch up on the Penguin.
Shows up in the final finale, right?
Yeah.
Catch up on the Penguin first. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good point. That's a good counterpoint for Edgar because everybody's gonna be spoiling if Robert Pattinson shows up on Sunday or something.
Yeah.
We'll know.
Do it for Kristen.
Do it for Kristen because she is.
I do love her.
she is like a lock for Best Actress next year, nomination.
Really? Okay.
Nomination wise. I think she has to.
I forget that Emmys like go for comic book shit. Every time.
Well, good comic book shit.
Well,
yeah. Never mind.
Fucking Don Cheadle.
Yeah. They nominated Mandalorian season 2. They nominated a lot of shit. So, anyways, TV has just been really fun so far. That's about it. And there's a lot of great.
Speaking of TV, I watched the first episode of Arrested Development.
I never watched that show.
Fun. It was funny.
Yeah. Didn't feel like it was fun.
Oh, and it started Hats also, the first episode.
Ooh.
Oh, good. Yeah, I never watched that.
I need to watch more of it, but yeah, it was good.
I keep telling myself whenever it wins like best comedy, I'm like, I'm gonna watch that show, and I never do.
That's how I am with Abbott. I need to just sit down and watch through it.
Abbott season 4 is great. Oh, I also finished Only Murders season 4 this month as well.
Is that done already?
Yep.
Shit,
Yeah.
I might
It was
3
fun.
episodes in. Okay.
It was fun. I actually liked it a bit more than season 3, which I thought was also very
That's interesting. Okay.
good.
Anything
I
can
thought
be
this
better
one
than
was
season 2.
what?
Anything can be better than season 2.
What?
I didn't mind Only Murder season 2. I actually liked
Season 2 is my favorite season.
I don't remember shit
Is
from
it?
season 2. I don't remember
It's
who
so
even
good.
who even is the murderer. I don't
You have
know.
the episode where it's just all silence.
it. That was great. Yeah.
Okay.
And season 1 had that fucking awful actor who was Babel's boyfriend or whatever. Fucking terrible.
Hmm.
What?
Terrible.
What?
Terrible.
I thought he was
Ruined the
good.
show for me.
Whoa!
I ruined the show. And you keep
It did.
watching.
It ruined the
thought he was-
season for me.
I thought he was good. I really liked season 1.
I liked so much where I didn't like season 1, so when I started season 2, that's probably why I love it so much. Is that like it was
Interesting.
so surprising.
I go back and forth which one's better, season 1 or season 2.
I like season 3 too, though.
But season 3 is fun, and season 4 is about the same way. It's fun.
Yeah,
Not much to do it.
I need to
but,
catch
like,
up on TV.
I will say season 4 had the most predictable killer. I called it like episode 3 or 4. The easily the most predictable killer because
Okay.
like a lot of the suspects were just like scratched off the list halfway through the season.
Don't spoil
for
it.
me.
Don't spoil it.
I won't say who it is. I'm just saying it's predictable. Anyways, you guys can find me on Twitter at Harris EV9. I'm watching tons of anime this season, tons and tons. Netflix has 3 great ones in Dawn to Dawn, Blue Box.
Sorry, it's just
Um,
these names are crazy.
It's crazy, but it's great. Blue Box and Orb, the center of the universe. It's great. Orb is like this historical fiction anime about like discovering that the Earth is in fact not the center of the universe and like the religious craziness that involves with that. But anyways, I'm also watching this reality TV show called The Summit, which is not great, but it's fun. I'm watching a lot of TV, guys. But anyways, I'm gonna be full on like Arcane talking all weekend long because it's one of my best shows ever.
Does it drop tonight?
It drops on Saturday at 3 a.m.
Sorry.
One of those Friday 3 a.m. drops. You know what I mean?
Weird.
Friday into Saturday. And they're going to be
Are they doing the
episodes-
parts that Netflix
Yeah.
is doing recently? Okay.
yeah. So it's going to be 3 episodes. Same thing for the same.
Why
thing
do
for
they
season
do
1.
that?
But this one's good because it's like Arcane's. It's very depth. So it's a lot of depth. So it's like 3 episodes this weekend, 3 episodes next weekend, 3 episodes the following.
I don't watch Cobra Kai, but I know that final season has like 4 parts.
Yeah, Cobra Kai's coming back November 16th. Super hyped.
You
for
watch that?
Oh yeah.
I'd watch it.
Oh yeah. So
Really?
this-
It's
yeah.
like a guilty pleasure.
It's so cheesy.
I haven't seen any
like-
of those movies, so
I would.
I mean, you don't really have to watch them.
Not at
The
all.
show kind of gives you like a recap of like anytime you need a recap of the movie.
Every episode is a recap. Characters just love talking about the past.
okay.
Remember Mr. Miyagi? Anyways, but yeah. So I'm watching tons of TV, tons of anime. So follow me at Harris EV9 for all of that.
Yeah,
And
go for it.
you did find me at Josh G. Woodbury on Twitter. Probably not for long. Maybe on Blue Sky or Threads or whatever. We'll see. I don't know. It's a shit show right now. I'm trying to hang in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was going through Threads like I think it was yesterday, and I was like,
No DMs.
no, I'm like scrolling through the timeline. I'm like, this is not bad. Like this is like really well like
Yeah.
organized. Like there's not a lot of ads or anything like that. And I'm like, damn, if this thing had like a fucking DMs,
Yeah.
I'll be there all the time. Anyway, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter at EDGRTG. You can find some of my written work at the Cinema Spot and Loud and Clear reviews. My last review for the Cinema Spot was The Duck of Chucky, kind of going like a retrospective of all the Chucky movies or the Child's Play movies. So yeah, that was fun. And what else? What are we doing next? I have no fucking idea. We still keep saying we still keep saying that we're gonna do a ranking episode, and we just don't. Maybe
Yeah.
an Oscars.
Things are just
show, I
too
don't know.
busy right now, but when you do
Yeah.
Oscar shit for sure.
Yeah,
We're
we
way
do.
too late on that.
Yeah,
It's
But,
November.
yeah, but anyway, I hope that this show, whoever is watching, kind of distracted you for almost 3 hours from the real
Jesus.
world, from whatever's happening in the real world. Just us 3 idiots talking about movies. So yeah, and you can find this podcast at WHFD Podcast on Instagram and Twitter and Threads and all the good stuff. And yeah, until next time.
Try to hang in there.
Yeah, because we fucking need it. And heartbreak does not feel good right now, but
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Let them come.